time to rehearse. And so it's like a beginning of just a direct engagement with the text is what we want to have. And so it's fun that we're doing it now with both as a both as using this new technology of Zoom and the way we can get together and share with each other, and also the sort of the first technology that started Shakespeare's work, which was the folio that it was printed in. And just a few things. I mean, sometimes one of the distracting things about the folio is when there are mistakes in it, when you don't see, when the entrances, or as I was saying, the entrances at the beginning are not everybody who enters, it's everybody who's in the scene. So I'm also going to be reading the stage directions and just trying to correct some of the things. And also, just as a reminder, the way we do these readings is that when you're in the scene, you're on with your video and your audio. And when you're not in the scene, you mute your audio and stop your video. And also, it's just generally a good idea if other things are going on in your background and you don't need to be talking for a while, that you can just sort of mute and unmute. But that is what needs to be done with this.
So Paul, every time after I speak, I have to go back and unmute myself when I'm going to be on and start the video again. That's why it went blank. Okay, I got it now.
Yeah. It's just when you're in the scene. I mean, even if when you're not in the scene, then you don't do it. So that's it. And unless there any other questions before we begin?
Quick question is around how long is this thing?
This will probably be about 2.5 to 2:45. We'll take a small, like 5-minute break at some point in the middle. But yeah, I would say that. So
around 3:30 or 3:45, right?
About that.
Yeah, about that. It always sometimes seems to go a little longer than I expect, just as a fair warning.
Okay.
But okay, so welcome. This is the Instant Shakespeare Company. We're doing the first folio reading of The Merry Wives of Windsor. And I'm going to just now encourage, except for the actors who are in the scene, to stop their video and mute themselves. And I will start with the stage direction of who actually comes in at the beginning. The Merry Wives of Windsor by William Shakespeare. Actus primus, scena prima. Enter Justice Shallow, Slender, Sir Hugh Evans, Master Page. Jackie, you're muted.
No, I'm Act 1, Scene 4.
We're in Act 1, Scene 1.
Yeah.
And Jackie, you were just muted as Shalom.
Okay. Sir Hugh, persuade me not. I will make a Star Chamber matter of it. If he were 20 Sir John Falstaffs, he shall not abuse Robert Shallow, Esquire.
The County of Gloucester, Justice of Peace, and Coram.
Aye, Cousin Slender, and Castellorum.
Aye, and Ratilorum too, and a gentleman born Master Parson who writes himself Armigero in any bill, warrant, quittance, or obligation. Armigero.
I think I do, and have done any time these 300 years.
All his ancestors gone before him hath don't, and all his ancestors that come after him may. They may give the dozen white luces in their coat.
It is an old coat.
The dozen white luces do become an old coat well. It agrees well passant. It is a familiar beast to man and signifies love.
The luce is the fresh fish. The salt fish is an old coat.
I may quarter, cuz.
You may by marrying.
It is marrying indeed, if he quarter it.
Another wit.
Yes, belady, if he has a quarter of your coat, it is but 3 skirts for yourself, in my simple conjectures. But that is all one. If Sir John Falstaff hath committed disparagements unto you, I am of the church, and will be glad to do my benevolence to make atonements and compromises between you.
The council shall hear it. It is a riot.
It is not meet the council should hear a riot. There is no fear of God in a riot. The council, look you, shall desire to hear the fear of God, and not to hear a riot. Take your advisements in that.
Oh, my life, if I were young again, the sword should end it.
It is better that friends is the sword and end it. And there is also another device in my brain, which is peradventure brings good discretions with it. There is Anne Page, which is daughter to Master Thomas Page, which is pretty virginity.
Mistress Anne Page? She has brown hair and speaks small like a woman.
It is that very person for all the odd, just as you will desire, and 700 pounds of moneys and gold and silver is her grandsire upon his deathbed, God deliver to a joyful resurrections, give, and she is able to overtake 17 years old. It were a good motion if we leave our pippers and prapples and desire a marriage between Master Abraham and Mistress Anne Page.
Did her grandsire leave her 700 pound?
Aye, and her father is make her a petter penny.
I know the young gentlewoman. She has good gifts.
700 pounds and possibilities is good gifts.
Oh, well, let us see honest Master Page. Is Falstaff there?
Shall I tell you a lie? I do despise a lie as I do despise one that is false, or as I despise one that is not true. The knight Sir John is there, and I beseech you be ruled by your well-willers. I will peep the door for Master Page. What ho! God bless your house here.
Is that Mistress Page or Master Page coming in?
There.
Master Page.
Ken.
Here is God's blessing and your friend, and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventures shall tell you another tale if matters grow to your likings.
Ken, page 4, he must be unmuted. Help him out, somebody.
It's not me, or is it? It is.
No.
It's Master Page.
Master.
It's Ken. Ken Wayne. Oh, God.
Oh, he's unmuted, but there's some problem with it, it looks
Okay.
like. Who's? Yeah, I'm sorry, Ken, you seem to be having some difficulties. Yeah, can you get it any closer to you or no? Yeah, I don't know, maybe you need to exit and we'll just, somebody just say, read his lines for now, and we'll just keep things moving along. And I don't know, Ken, I mean, either maybe you need to go out and come back in, or I don't know. But let's just keep going. I can't hear you, Ken, so I think you need to turn it off. All right, so I'm sorry. Tony, where were we again? Top of 4 or was?
Actually, we're just reaching the middle of 4. Here is God's blessing and your friend and Justice Shallow, and here young Master Slender, that peradventures shall tell you another tale if matters grow to your likings.
I'm glad to see your worship's well. I thank you for my venison, Master Shallow.
Oh, Master Page, I am glad to see you. Much good do it in your good heart. I wished your venison better. It was ill killed. Oh, that's good, Mistress Page. And I thank you always with my heart, with my heart.
Oh, sir, I thank you.
Sir, I thank you, but yea and no, I do.
I am glad to see you, good Master Slender.
How does your fellow greyhound, sir? I heard say he was outrun on Kotsu.
I could not be judged, sir.
You'll not confess. You'll not confess.
Oh, that he will not. 'Tis your fault, 'tis your fault. 'Tis a good dog.
A cur, sir.
Oh, sir, he's a good dog and a fair dog. Can there be more said? He is good and fair. Is Sir John Falstaff here?
Sir, he is within, and I would I could do a good office between you.
It is spoke as a Christians ought to speak.
He has wronged me, Master Page.
Sir, he doth in some sort confess it.
If it be confessed, it is not redressed. Is not that so, Master Page? He hath wronged me, indeed he hath. And a word he hath, believe me. Robert Shallow, Esquire, saith he is wronged.
Here comes Sir John.
Now, Master Shallow, you'll complain of me to the king?
All night you have beaten my men, killed my deer, and broke open my lodge.
But not kissed your keeper's daughter?
Shut up, Hen, this shall be answered.
I will answer it straight. I have done all this. That is now answered.
The council shall know this.
'Twere better for you. If it were known in council, you'll be laughed at.
Poca verba, Sir John. Good words.
Good warts? Good cabbage. Slender, I broke your head. What matter have you against me?
Sir, I've mattered my head against you and against your coney catching rascals, Bardolph, Nym, and Pistol.
Bardolph, you Banbury
Oh,
cheese.
sorry. You Banbury cheese.
Aye, it is no matter.
Now, Mephistopheles?
Aye, it is no matter.
Slice, I say, Palco, Palco, Palco. Slice, that's my humor.
We're simple, my man. Can you tell, cousin?
A peace, I pray you. Now let us understand. There is 3 umpires in this matter, as I understand. That is Master Page, Fidelicit Master Page, and there is myself, Fidelicit myself, and the 3 party is lastly and finally mine host of the garter.
We 3 to hear it and end it between them.
Very good. I will make a brief of it in my notebook, and we will afterwards work upon the cause with as great discreetly as we can.
Pistol.
He hears with ears.
The devil and his dam. What phrase is this? He hears with ear. Why, it is affectations.
Pistol, did you pick Master Slender's purse?
Aye, by these gloves did he, or I might never come in mine own great chamber again else, of 7 groats in mill sixpence, and 2 Edward shovel boards that cost me 2 shillings and 2 pence, and a piece of Yeed Miller. By these gloves.
Is this true, Pistol?
No, it is false if it be a pick purse.
Huh? Thou mountain foreigner? Sir John and Mastermind, I combat challenge of this Latin bilbo. A word of denial in thy labrys here. Word of denial. Froth and scum, thou liest.
By these gloves, then 'twas he.
Be out, sir, and pass good humor. And I will say, Mary Trap, will you? If you run the nut hook cuber on me, then it shall be very note of it.
By this hat, then he in the red face had it. For though I cannot remember what I did when you made me drunk, yet I am not altogether an ass.
What say you, Scarlet and John?
Why, sir, for my part, I say the gentleman had drunk himself out of his 5 sentences.
It is his 5 senses. Fie, what the ignorance is.
And being tapped, sir, was, as they say, cashiered, so conclusions pass the careers.
Aye, you spoke in Latin then too. But 'tis no matter. I'll never be drunk whilst I live again, but in honest, simple, godly company for this trick. If I be drunk, I'll be drunk with those that have the fear of God, and not with drunken knaves.
So God touch me, that is a virtuous mind.
You hear all these matters denied, gentlemen. You hear it.
Nay, daughter, carry the wine in, we'll drink within.
Oh, heaven, this is Mistress Anne Page.
How now, Mistress Ford?
Mistress Ford, by my troth, you are very well met. By your leave, good mistress.
Ah, wife, bid these gentlemen welcome. Come, we have a hot venison pasty to dinner. Come, gentlemen, I hope
What?
bring down more on
Rather than have 4 shillings, I had my book and songs and sonnets here. How now, simple. Where have you been? I must wait on myself, must I? You have not the book of riddles about you, have you?
Book of Riddles. Why, did you not lend it to Alice Shortcake upon All Hallow Mass, a fortnight afore Michaelmas?
Oh. Oh, come, cuz. We stay for you. A word with you, cuz. Marry this cuz. There is, as 'twere, a kind of tender. Make afar off by Sir Hugh here. Do you understand me?
Aye, sir, you shall find me reasonable. If it be so, I shall do that. That is reason.
Nay, but understand me.
So I do, sir.
Give ear to his motions, Master Slender. I will description the matter to you, if you be a capacity of it.
Nay, I will do as my cousin Shallow says. I pray you pardon me. He's a justice of the peace in his county, simple though I stand here.
But that is not the question. The question is concerning your marriage.
There's the point, sir.
Marry, is it the very point of it, to Mistress Anne Page?
Why, if it be so, I will marry her upon any reasonable demands.
But can you affection the woman? Let us command to know of that of your mouth, or of your lips, for divers philosophers hold that the lips is parcel of the mouth. Therefore, precisely, can you carry your goodwill to the maid?
Cousin Abraham Slender, can you love her?
Hope, sir. I will do as I shall become one that would do reason.
Nay, God's lords and his ladies, you must speak positable, if you can carry her your desires toward her.
Oh, that you must. Will you, upon good dowry, marry her?
I will do a greater thing than that upon your quest, cousin, in any reason.
Oh, nay, conceive me, because what I do is to pleasure you, cuz can you love the maid?
I will marry her, sir, at your request. But if there be no great love in the beginning, yet heaven may decrease it upon better acquaintance when we are married and have more occasion to know one another. I hope upon familiarity will grow more content. But if you say marry her, I will marry her, that I am freely dissolved and dissolutely.
It is a very discretion answer, save the fall is in the word. Dissolutely, the word is according to our meaning, resolutely. His meaning is good.
I think my cousin meant well.
Aye, or else I might be hanged, la.
Oh, here comes fair Mistress Anne. Would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne. Would I were young. Would I were young. Would I were young.
Enter Mistress Anne.
Sorry.
Oh, would I were young for your sake, Mistress Anne.
The dinner is on the table. My father desires your worship's company.
I will wait on him, fair Mistress Anne.
Odds blessed will, I will not be obsessed at the grace.
Will it please your worship to come in, sir?
No, I thank you forsooth heartily. I am very well.
The dinner attends you, sir.
I am not hungry, I thank you forsooth. Go, Sirrah, for all you are my man. Go wait upon my cousin Shallow. A justice of peace sometime may be beholding to his friend for a man. I keep but 3 men, and a boy yet, till my mother be dead. But what though yet I live like a poor gentleman born?
I may not go in without your worship. They will not sit until you come.
In faith, I will eat nothing. I thank you as much as I thought I did.
I pray you, sir, walk in.
I'd rather walk here. I thank you. I bruised my shin the other day with playing at sword and dagger with a master of fence. 3 pennies for a dish of stewed prunes. And by my troth, I cannot abide the smell of hot meat since. Why, whoa, why do your dogs bark so? Be there bears in the town?
I think there are, sir. I heard them talked of.
I love the sport well, but I just as soon shall quarrel at it as any man in England. You are afraid if you see the bear loose, are you not?
I indeed, sir.
That's meat and drink to me now. I have seen Sackerson loose 20 times, and I've taken him by the chain. But I warrant you, the women have so cried and shrieked at it that it passed. But women indeed cannot abide them. They're very ill-favored, rough things.
Come, gentle Master Slender, come, we stay for you.
Oh, I'll eat nothing. I thank you, sir.
By cock and pie you shall not chew, sir. Come, come.
Nay, pray you lead the way.
Come on, sir.
Mr. Sand, yourself shall go first.
Not I, sir. Pray you keep on.
Truly, I will not go first. Truly, la, I will not do you that wrong.
I pray you, sir.
Oh, I'd rather be unmannerly than troublesome. You do yourself wrong indeed, la.
Exeunt. Scena secunda. Enter Evans and Simple.
Go your ways and ask of Dr. Caius's house, which is the way, and there dwells one Mistress Quickly, which is in the manner of his nurse, or his dry nurse, or his cook, or his laundry, his washer, and his ringer.
Well, sir.
Nay, it is better yet. Give her this letter, for it is a woman that altogether is acquaintance with Mistress Anne Page, and the letter is to desire and require her to solicit your master's desires to Mistress Anne Page. I pray you be gone. I will make an end of my dinner. There's pippins and cheese to come.
Scena tertia. Enter Falstaff, host, Bardolph, Nym, Pistol, Page. Mine host of the Garter?
What says my bully rook? Speak scholarly and wisely.
Oh, truly, mine host. I must turn away some of my followers.
Discard. Bully Hercules, cashier, let them wag. Trot, trot.
I sit at £10 a week.
Thou art an emperor, Caesar, Kaiser, Phaser. I will entertain ball. He shall tap, said I well. Bully Hector.
Do so, mine good host.
I have spoke. Let him follow. Let me see thee froth and live. I am at a word. Follow.
Bardolph, follow him. A tapster is a good trade. An old cloak makes a new jerkin. A withered serving man, a fresh tapster. Go. Adieu.
It is a life that I have desired. I will thrive.
Base Hungarian wit. Will thou the spigot wield?
He was gotten in drink. Is not the humor conceited? Yeah.
I am glad I am quit of this tinderbox. His thefts were too open. His filching was like an unskillful singer. He kept not time.
The cute humor is not neat. It does not steal a minute's rest.
Convey the wise it call. Steal? Oh, fickle for the phrase.
Well, sirs, I am almost out at heels.
Well, then let kibes ensue.
Well, there is no remedy. I must coney catch. I must shift.
Young ravens must have food.
Oh, which of you know ford of this town?
Aye, kin the way. Is of substance good?
My honest lads, I will tell you what I am about.
2 yards or more.
Oh, quips now, pistol. Indeed, I am in the waist 2 yards about, but I am now about no waste. I am about thrift. Briefly, I do mean to make love to Ford's wife. I spy entertainment in her. She discourses, she carves, she gives the leer of invitation. I can construe the action of her familiar style, and the hardest voice of her behavior to be Englished rightly is, I am Sir John.
He has studied her will and translated her will out of honesty into English.
The anchor is deep. I will that human pass.
Now, the report goes, she has all the rule of her husband's purse. He hath a legend of angels.
As many devils entertain, and to her boys say I.
Ooh, the humor rises. It is good. Humor me the angels.
I have writ me here a letter to her, and here another to Page's wife, who even now gave me good eyes too, examined my parts with the most judicious Iliads. Sometimes the beam of her view gilded my foot, sometimes my portly belly.
Then do the sun on dunghill shine.
I thank thee for that humor.
Oh, she did course o'er my exteriors with such a greedy intention that the appetite of her eye did seem to scorch me up like burning glass. Ah, here's another letter to her. She bears the purse too. She is a region in Guyana, all gold and bounty. I will be cheaters to them both, and they shall be my exchequers to me. They shall be my East and West Indies, and I will trade to them both. Go, bear thou this letter to Mistress Page, and thou to Mistress Ford. We will thrive, lads, we will thrive.
Shall I Sir Pandarus of Troy become, and by my side wear steel? And Lucifer take all.
I will run no base humor. Here, take that humor letter. We'll keep the humor of my reputation.
Hold, Sirrah, bear you these letters tightly. Sail like my pinnaces to these golden shores. Rogues, hence, avaunt, vanish like hailstones, go, trudge, plod, away in the hoof, seek shelter, pack. Falstaff will learn the honor of the age. French thrift, you rogues, myself and skirted page.
Let vultures gripe thy guts for gourd, and fulsome holds and high and low beguiles the rich and poor. A tester I'll have in pouch when thou shalt lack. Base Phrygian Turk.
I have operations which be humors of revenge.
Without revenge?
By Welkin and her stars.
With wit or steel?
With both the humors. I will discuss the humor of this little fold with this, yes.
And I, the page, shall eke unfold how Falstaff, varlet vile, his stuff will prove, his gold will hold, and his soft couch defile.
My humor shall not cool. I will incense Ford to deal with poison. I will possess him with yellow disease, for the revolt of mine is dangerous and is my true humor.
Thou art the Mars of malcontents. I second thee. Troop on.
Exeunt. Scena quarta, enter us mistress quickly, simple, John Rugby. Dr. Caius and Fenton enter later.
What? John Rugby, I pray thee go to the casement and see if you can see my master. Master Dr. Kai is coming. If he do, in fact, find anybody in the house, here will be an old abusing of God's patience and the King's English.
I'll go watch.
Go, and we'll have a posset for us soon at night. In fact, at the latter end of a sea coal fire, an honest, willing, kind fellow, as ever servant shall come in house withal. And I warrant you, no telltale, nor no breed bait. His worst fault is that he's given to prayer. He is something peevish that way. But nobody but has his fault. Yeah, but let that pass. Peter Simple, you say your name is?
Aye, for fault of a better.
And Master Slender's your master?
Aye, forsooth.
Right. Does he not wear a great round beard, like a glover's paring knife?
No, forsooth he hath but a little wee face and a little yellow beard, a king-colored beard.
Oh, a softly sprited man, is he not?
Aye, forsooth, but he is as tall as a man, of his hands as any is. Between this and his head he hath fought with a warzener.
Oh, well, how say you? Oh, I should remember him. Does he not hold up his head, as it were, and strap in his gait? Right. Well, Evanston and Page no worse fortune. Tell Master Parson Master Parson Evans, I will do what I can for your master. Anne is a good girl, and I wish.
Alas, here comes my master.
We shall be sent. Run in here, good young man. Go into this closet. He will not stay long. What? John Rugby! What, John, I say? Right. Go, John. Go inquire for my master. I doubt he be not well, that he comes not home. Oh, don't, etc.
Enter Dr. Caius.
What is you sing? I do not like these toys. Pray you, go and fetch me in my closet and boite there. A box, a green box. That when I speak?
Forsooth.
A green box.
Well, no, forsooth, I will fetch it you. I'm glad he went not in himself. If he had found the wrong man, the young man, he would have been all.
Far from Bando, je m'envoie alive, court, la grande affairs.
Is it this, sir?
Oui, mettez le mon pocket. Dépêche, quickly. Where's that knave, Rugby?
What's on Rugby? John Rugby!
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You are John Rugby and you are Jack Rugby. Come, take out your rapier and come after my heel to the court.
'Tis ready, sir, here in the porch.
By my troth, I tarry too long. Hold me, call I fed. There's some simples in my closet that I will not for the world I shall leave behind.
I me. You'll find a young man and there will be mad.
Ah! Diablo! What is in my closet? Villain! Laroon! Rugby, my rapier.
Good master, be content.
Where shall I be content?
The young man is an honest man.
Oh, what should the honest man do in my closet? There is no honest man that shall come in my closet.
I beseech you, be not so phlegmatic. Hear the truth of it. It came of an errand to me from my Parson Hugh.
Well?
Aye, forsooth, for I desire her to...
Peace, I pray you.
Peace of your tongue, speak of your tale.
Hold on a second, sorry. To desire this honest gentlewoman, your maid, to speak a good word to Mr. Sandpage for my master in the way of marriage.
This is all indeed, la. But I'll ne'er put my finger in the fire, and need not.
Sir Huge sent to you. Rugby, borrow me some paper. Tarry you a little while.
I'm glad he is so quiet. if he had been thoroughly moved. You should have heard him so loud and so melancholy. Ugh. But notwithstanding, man, I'll do your master what good I can. And the very yea and the no is your French doctor, my master, I may call him master, look you, for I keep his house. And I wash, wring, brew, bake, scour, dress, meat and drink, make the beds, and do all myself.
'Tis a great charge to come under one body's hand.
Are you opposed to that? Well, you shall find it a great charge. And to be up early and down late. But notwithstanding, to tell you in your ear, I would have no words of it. My master himself is in love with Mistress Anne Page. But notwithstanding that I know Anne's mind, that's neither here nor there.
You, Jacqueline, give this letter to Sir Huge. By God, it's a challenge. I will cut his throat into park, and I will teach a scurvy Jacqueline priest to meddle or make.
Ah,
You may be gone. It is not good you tarry here. By God, I will cut all his 2 stones. By God, he shall not have a stone to throw at his dog.
alas, he speaks but for his friend.
It is no matter. No matter of that. Do not tell me that. I shall have Anne Page for myself. By God, I will kill the Jacobist, and I have appointed my host of the Jacqueline to measure our weapons. By God, I will myself have Anne Page.
Sir, the maid loves you, and all shall be well. We must give folks leave to pray. What the good year?
Rugby, come to the court with me. By God, if I have not Anne Page, I shall turn your head out of my door. Follow my heels, Rugby.
You shall have, and fools out of your own.
Exit
Now, I
Caius.
know Anne's mind for that. Never a woman in Windsor knows more of Anne's mind than I do, nor can do more than I do with her, thank heaven.
Enter Fenton.
Who's within there? Oh,
Who's there, I trow? Come near the house, I pray you.
and now, good woman, how dost thou?
The better that it pleases your good worship to ask.
Not news. How does pretty Mistress Anne?
Well, in truth, sir, and she is pretty and honest and gentle, and one that is your friend. I can tell you that, by the way. I praise heaven for it.
Well, shall I do any good, thinkst thou? Shall I not lose my suit?
Well, troth, sir, all in his hands above. But notwithstanding, Master Fenton, I'll be sworn on a book, she loves you. Have not your worship a wart above your eye?
Yes, marry, I have. What of that?
Well, thereby hangs the tale. Good faith, it is such another nan, but I detest. An honest maid is ever broke bread. We had an hour's talk of that wart. Oh, I shall never laugh but in that maid's company. But indeed, she is given too much to melancholy and musing. But for you well, go to, fare you well.
Well, I shall see her today. Oh, there's money for you. Let me have thy voice in my behalf. If thou seest her before me, commend me.
Will I? Faith, that will you will. And I will tell your worship more of the wart the next time we have confidence, and of other wooers.
Well, I am in great haste now.
Well, farewell to your worship. Truly an honest gentleman. But Anne loves him not. For I know Anne's mind as well as another does. Out upon it. What have I forgot?
Actus secundus scena prima. Enter Mistress Page alone. The others come in later.
What? Have skit love letters in the holiday time of my beauty, and am I now a subject for them? Let me see. Ask me the reason why I love you, for the love needs reason for his precision. You miss him not for his counselor. You are not young, no more am I. Go to then, there's sympathy. You are merry, so am I. Ha ha, then there's more sympathy. You love sack, and so do I. But you desire better sympathy. Let it suffice thee, Mistress Page, at the least, if the love of soldier can suffice that I love thee. I will not say pity me, 'tis not a soldier-like phrase, but I say love me. By me, thine own true knight, by day or night, or any kind of light without his might, for thee to fight. John Falstaff. What a Herod of jury is this? Oh, wicked, wicked world. One that is well-nigh worn to pieces with age, to show himself a young gallant? What an unweighed behavior hath this Flemish drunkard picked, with the devil's name out of my conversation, that he dares in this manner assay me. Why, he hath not been thrice in my company. What should I say to him? I was in frugal of my mirth. Heaven forgive me. Well, exhibit a bill in the Parliament for the putting down of men. How shall I be revenged on him? For revenged I will be, as sure as his guts are made of puddings.
Enter Mistress Ford.
Mistress Page, trust me, I was going to your house.
And trust me, I was coming to you. You look very ill.
Nay, I'll never believe that. I have to show to the contrary.
Faith, but you do in my mind.
Well, I do then, yet I say I could show you to the contrary. Oh, Mistress Page, give me some counsel.
What's the matter, woman?
Oh, woman, if it were not for one trifling respect, I could come to such honor.
Hey, the trifle, woman, take the honor. What is it? Dispense with trifles, what is it?
If I would but go to hell for an eternal moment or so, I could be knighted.
What that was, Sir Alice Ford? These knights will hack, and so thou shouldst not alter the article of thy gentry.
We burn daylight. Here, read, read. Perceive how I might be knighted. I think the worse of fat men, as long as I have an eye to make difference of men's liking, and yet he would not swear, praise women's modesty, and gave such orderly and well-behaved reproof to all uncomeliness, that I would have sworn his disposition would have gone to the truth of his words. But they do no more adhere and keep place together than the 100 psalms to the tune of Greensleeves. What tempest, I trow, through this whale, with so many tons of oil in his belly, ashore at Windsor? How shall I be revenged on him? I think the best way were to entertain him with hope, till the wicked fire of lust have melted in him in his own grease. Did you ever hear the like?
Letter for letter. But that the name of Page and Ford differs. To thy great comfort in this mystery of opinions, here's the twin brother of thy letter. But let thine inherit first, for I protest mine never shall. I warrant he hath 1,000 of these letters, writ with blank space for different names. And these are the second edition. He will print them out of doubt, for he cares not what he puts into the press, when he will put us to. I would rather be a giantess and lie under Mount Pelion. Well, I will find you 20 lascivious turtles ere one chaste man.
Why, this is the very same, the very hand, the very words. What does he think of us?
Nay, I do not. It makes me almost ready to wrangle with mine own honesty. I'll entertain myself like one that I am not acquainted withal. For sure, unless he knows some strain of me that I know not myself, he would never have boarded me in this fury.
Boarding, call you it? I'll be sure to keep him above deck.
So what? If he come under my hatches, I'll never to see again.
Ah!
Let's be revenged of him. invite him to a meeting, give him a show of comfort in his suit, and lead him on with a fine bit of delay, till he hath promised horses to meet mine host of the garter.
Nay, I will consent to act any villainy against him that may not sully the chariness of our honesty. Oh, that my husband saw this letter, it would give eternal food to his jealousy.
Well, look, where he comes. And my good man, too. He's as far from jealousy as I am from giving him cause. And that, I hope, is an unmeasurable distance.
You are the happier woman.
Let's consult together against this greasy knight. Come hither.
The women withdraw. Enter Ford, Page, Pistol, and Nim.
Well, I hope it not be so.
And I'm going to catch right up with you. Hope is a curtailed dog in some affairs. Sir John affects thy wife.
Why, sir, my wife is not young.
He woos both high and low, both rich and poor, both young and old. One with another, Ford. He loves the galley Moffrey, Ford. And
love my wife?
With liver burning hot, prevent. Or go thou like Sir Actaeon, he with ringwood at thy heels, so odious is thy name.
What name, sir?
The Horn, I say. Farewell, take heed. Have open eye for thieves, for thieves do foot by night. Take heed, ere summer comes, or cuckoos, birds do sing. Away, Sir Corporal Nim. Believe it, Page, he speaks sense.
I will be patient. I will find out this.
And this is true. I like not the humor of lying, and he hath wronged me in some humors. I should have borne the humor of the letter to her, but I have a sword, and I shall bite upon my necessity. He loves you, your wife. There's to shorten the long. My name is Corporal Nim, and I speak and I vouch this is true. My name is Nim, and Falstaff loves your wife. Adieu. I love not the humor of bread or cheese. Adieu.
The humor of it, quoth he. Here's a fellow writes English out of his wits.
I will seek out Falstaff.
I never heard such a drawling, affecting rogue.
If I do find it, well.
I will not believe such a Cathayan, though the priest of the town commended him for a true man.
'Twas a good sensible fellow, well.
How now, Meg?
Whither go you, George? Hark you.
How now, sweet Frank? Why art thou melancholy?
I? Melancholy? I'm not melancholy. Get you home. Go.
Faith, thou hast some crotchets in thy head. Now, will you go, Mistress Page?
Have with you. You'll come to dinner, George? Look who comes yonder. She shall be our messenger to this paltry knight.
Trust me, I thought of her. She'll fit it.
You are come to see my daughter Anne?
Aye, forsooth, and I pray, how does good Mistress Anne?
Go in with us and see. We have an hour's talk with you.
How now, Master Ford?
You heard what this knave told me, did you not?
Yes, and you heard what the other told me.
Do you think there's truth in them?
Hang 'em, slaves. I do not think the knight would offer it. But these that accuse him in his intent towards our wives are a yoke of his discarded men, very rogues now they be out of service.
Were they his men?
Marry, were they?
I like it never the better for that. Does he live at the Garter?
Aye, marry, does he. If he should intend this voyage toward my wife, I would turn her loose to him, and what he gets more of her than sharp words, let it lie on my head.
I do not misdoubt my wife, but I would be loath to turn them together. A man may be too confident, and I will have nothing lie on my head. I cannot be thus satisfied.
Look, where my ranting host of the garter comes, there is either liquor in his pate or money in his purse when he looks so merrily. How now, mine host?
How now, bully rook? Thou art a gentleman, cavalario, just as I say.
I follow, mine host, I follow. Good evening and 20, good Master Page. Master Page, will you go with us? We have sport in hand.
Tell him, cavalario, justice. Tell him, bully rook.
Oh, sir, there is a fray to be fought between Sir Hugh, the Welsh priest, and Caius, the French doctor.
Good mine host, oh, the garter. A word with you.
What sayest thou, my bully rook?
Will you go with us to behold it? My merry host hath had the measuring of their weapons, and I think has appointed them contrary places. For believe me, I hear the parson is no jester. Hark, I will tell you what our sport shall be.
Hast thou now suit against my knight, my guest cavalier?
None, I protest, but I'll give you a paddle of burned sack to give me recourse to him and tell him my name is Brew. Oh, that's forward, it's cross, it says shallow, it's forward. Sir, forward, it's your line.
None I protest, but I'll give you a bottle of burnt sack to give me recourse to him, and I'll tell you my name is Broom, only for a jest.
My hand, bully, thou shalt have egress and regress. Said I well? And thy name shall be Broom. It is a merry night. Will you go, an heiress?
Have you with my mind, host?
I have heard the Frenchman hath good skill in his rapier.
Oh, I could have told you more. In these times you stand on distance, your passes, staccatos, and I know not what. 'Tis the heart, Master Page. 'Tis here. I have seen the time with my long sword. I would have made you follow tall fellows, skip like rats.
Here, boys, here. Shall we wag?
Have with you. I have rather hear them scold than fight.
Though Page be a secure fool, and stand so firmly on his wife's frailty yet, I cannot put off my opinion so easily. She was in his company at Page's house, and what they made there, I know not. Well, I will look further into it, and I have a disguise. To sound Falstaff, if I find her honest, I'll loose not my labor, and if she be otherwise, 'tis labor well bestowed.
Exeunt, scena secunda. Enter Falstaff and pistol. I will not lend thee a penny.
Why then the world's mine oyster, which I with sword will open.
Not a penny. I have been content, sir. You should lay my countenance to pawn. I have granted upon my good friends for 3 reprieves for you and your coach fellow Nym, or else you had looked through the grate like a gemini of baboons. I am damned in hell for swearing to gentlemen, my friends. You were good soldiers and tall fellows, and when Mistress Bridget lost the handle of her fan, I took it upon mine honor thou hadst it not.
Didst not thou share? Huh? Hast thou now not 15 pence?
Reason, you rogue, reason. Thinkst thou I'll endanger my soul gratis? At a word, hang no more about me. I am no gibbet for you. Go, a short knife and a throng to your manner of pick-hatch. Go. You'll not bear a letter for me, you rogue. You stand upon your honor. Why, thou unconfinable baseness, it is as much as I can do to keep the terms of my honor precise. I myself sometimes, leaving the fear of heaven on the left hand and hiding my honor and my necessity, am fain to shuffle. To head, gentle lurch, and yet you rogue will ensconce your rags, you catamountain looks, your red lattice phrases, and your bold beating oaths under the shelter of your honor. You will not do it, you.
I do relent without more of a man.
Enter Robin.
Sir, here's a woman who would speak with you.
Well, let her approach.
Give your worship good morrow.
Oh, good morrow, good wife.
Not so, and please your worship.
Well, good maid then.
I'll be sworn as my mother was the first hour I was born.
I do believe the swearer. What with me?
Shall I vouchsafe your worship a word or two?
Oh, 2,000, fair woman, and I'll vouchsafe thee the hearing.
There is one, Mistress Ford, sir. I pray come a little nearer this ways. I myself dwell with Master Dr. Caius.
Well on, Mistress Ford, you say?
Your worship says very true. I pray your worship come a little nearer this ways.
I warrant thee, nobody here. Mine own people.
Now, are they so? Heaven bless them, and make them his servants.
Well, Mistress Ford, what of her?
Why, sir, she's a good creature. Lord, Lord, your worship's a wanton. Well, heaven forgive you and all of us, I pray.
Mistress Ford, come, Mistress Ford.
Mary, this is the short and the long of it. You have brought her into such a canaries as 'tis wonderful. The best courtier of them all, when the court lay at Windsor, could never have brought her to such a canary. Yet there has been knights and lords and gentlemen with their coaches. I warrant you, coach after coach, letter after letter, gift after gift, smelling so sweetly, all musk and so rustling. I warrant you, in silk and gold, in such elegant terms, and in such wine and sugar of the best and the fairest, that would have won any woman's heart. And I warrant you, they could never get an eye wink of her. I had myself 20 angels given me this morning, but I defy all angels in any such sort, as they say, but in any way of honesty. And I warrant you, they can never get her so much as sip on a cup of the proudest of them all. And yet, with the proudest of them all, and yet there has been earls, nay, which is more pensioners, but I warrant you, all is one with her.
But what says she to me? Be brief, my good she Mercury.
Mary, she hath received your letter, for the which she thanks you 1,000 times, and she gives you to notify that her husband will be absent from his house between 10 and 11.
10 and 11.
Aye, forsooth. And then you may come and see the picture, she says, that you wot of. Master Ford, her husband, will be from home. Alas, the sweet woman leads an ill life with him. He's a very jealousy man. She leads a very frumpled life with him. Good heart.
Oh, 10 and 11. Woman, commend me to her. I will not fail her.
Why, you say well. But I have another messenger to your worship. Mistress Page hath her hearty commendations to you, too, and Mistress Page, and let me tell you in her ear, in your ear, she's as virtuous, a civil, modest wife, and one, I tell you, that will not miss you morning nor evening prayer, as any as in Windsor. Whoe'er be the other, and she bade me tell your worship that her husband is seldom from home, but she hopes there will come a time. I never knew a woman so dote upon a man. Surely I think you have charms, la. Yes, in truth.
Oh, not I assure thee. Setting the attraction of my good parts aside, I have no other charms.
Blessings on your art for it.
But I pray, tell me this. Has Ford's wife and Page's wife acquainted each other how they love me?
That were a jest indeed. They have not so little grace, I hope. That were a trick indeed. But Mistress Page would desire you to send her your little page of all loves. Her husband has a marvellous infectio to the little page. And truly, Master Page is an honest man. Never a wife in Windsor leads a better life than she does. Do she what she will, say what she will, take all, pay all, go to bed when she lists, rise when she lists, all is as she will. And truly she deserves it. For if there be a kind woman in Windsor, she is one. You must send her your page. No remedy.
Why, I will.
Nay, but do so then. And look you, he may come and go between you both. And in any case, have a nay word that you may know one another's mind. And the boy never need to understand anything, for 'tis not good that children should know any wickedness. Old folks, you know, have discretion, as they say, and know the word.
Well, fare thee well. Commend me to them both. There's my purse. I am yet a debtor. Boy, go along with this woman. This news distracts me.
This punk is one of Cupid's carriers. Clap on more sails, pursue, up with your sights, give fire, she is my prize, or ocean whelm them all.
Sayest thou so, old Jack? Go thy ways. I'll make more of thy old body than I have done. And will they yet look after thee? Wilt thou, after the experience of so much money, be now a gainer? Oh, good body, I thank thee. Let them say 'tis grossly done, so it be fairly done, no matter.
Sir John, there's one Master Brooke below would fain speak with you and be acquainted with you, and hath sent your worship a morning's draught of sack.
Brooke is his name?
Aye, sir.
Well, call him. Such brooks are welcome to me that overflows such liquor. Mistress Ford and Mistress Page, have I encompassed you? Go to Via. Enter Ford.
Bless you, sir.
And you, sir. Would you speak with me?
I make bold to press with so little preparation upon you.
Well, you're welcome. What's your will? Give us leave, drawer.
Sir, I am a gentleman that I have spent much. My name is Broom.
Good Master Broom. I desire more acquaintance of you.
Good fellow, Sir John. I sue for yours, not to change you, for I must let you understand. I think myself in better plight for a lender than you are, the which hath something emboldened me to this unseasoned intrusion. For they say, if money go before, all ways do lie open.
Money is a good soldier, sir, and will on.
Trust. I have a bag of money here. Troubles me. And if you will help me to bear it, Sir John, take all, or half, for easing me of the carriage.
Sir, I know not how I may deserve to be your porter.
I will tell you, sir, if you will give me the hearing.
Oh, well, speak, good Master Broom. I shall be glad to be your servant.
Sir, I hear you are a scholar, and I will be brief with you. And you have been a man long known to me, though I had never so good means as desire to make myself acquainted with you. And I shall discover a thing to you, wherein I must very much lay open mine own imperfection. But, so good Sir John, as you have one eye up on my follies, as you hear them unfolded, turn another into register of your own, that I may pass, with the reproof the easier, if with yourself know how easy it would be to such an offender.
Very well, sir, proceed.
There is a gentlewoman in this town, and her husband's name be Ford.
Oh, well, sir.
I have long loved her, and I protest to you, bestowed much on her, followed her with doting observance, engrossed opportunities to meet her, feed every very slight occasion that could niggardly give me sight of her. Not only bought many presents to give her, but have given largely to many, to know she would have given. And briefly, I have pursued her, as love hath pursued me, which hath been on the wing of all occasions. But whatsoever I have merited, either my mind or in my means, meet I sure I have received none. Unless experience be a jewel, I have purchased an infinite rate, and that hath taught me to say this: love like the shallow flies, when the substance love pursues, pursuing that flies, and flying that pursues.
Have you received no promise of satisfaction at her hands?
Never.
Have you importuned her to such a purpose?
Never.
Of what quality was your love, then?
Like a fair house, built on another man's ground, said I have lost my edifice by mistaking the place where I erected it.
To what purpose have you unfolded this to me?
When I have told you that, I have told you all. And some say that though she appears honest to me, and yet in other places she enlarges her mirth so fair, that there is a shrewd construction made of her. Now, Sir John, here is the heart of my promise. You are a gentleman of excellent breeding, admirable discourse, and great admittance, authentic in your place and person, and generally allowed for many warlike, courtlike, and learned preparations.
Oh, sir.
Believe it, for you know it. There is money. Spend it. Spend it. Spend more. And spend all I have. And only give me so much of your time as to exchange of it, as to lay an amiable siege to the honesty of this Ford's wife. Use your art of wooing, win her to consent of you, and if any man may, you may as soon as any.
Would it apply well to the vehemency of your affection that I should win what you would enjoy? Methinks you prescribe to yourself very preposterously.
Oh, understand my drift. She dwells so securely on the excellency of her honor that the folly of my soul dares not present itself. She is too bright to be looked against. Now, could I come to her with any detection in my hand, my desires had instance and argument to commend themselves. I could drive her from the ward of her purity, her reputation, marriage vow, and 1,000 other of her defenses, which now are too strongly embattled against me. What say thou too, Sir John?
Master Broom, I will first make bold with your money. Next, give me your hand. And last, As I am a gentleman, you shall, if you will, enjoy Ford's wife.
Oh, good sir.
I say you shall.
Want no money, Sir John? You shall want none.
Oh, want no Mistress Ford, Master Broom, you shall want none. I shall be with her, I may tell you, by her own appointment, even as you came into me, her assistant or go-between parted from me. I say, I shall be with her between 10 and 11, for at that time, the jealous, rascally knave, her husband, will be forth. Come you to me at night, and you shall know how I speed.
I am blessed in your acquaintance. Do you know Ford, sir?
Oh, hang him, poor cuckoldy knave. I know him not, but yet I wrong him to call him poor. They say the jealous wittly knave hath masses of money, for the which his wife seems to me well favored. I will use her as the key of the cuckoldy rogue's coffers, and there's my harvest home.
I would you know, Ford, sir, that you might avoid him if you saw him.
Oh, hang him, mechanical salt butter rogue. I will stare him out of his wits. I will awe him with my cudgel. It shall hang like a meteor o'er the cuckold's horns. Master Broom, thou shalt know, I will predominate over the peasant, and thou shalt lie with his wife. Come to me soon at night. Ford's a knave, and I will aggravate his style. Thou, Master Broom, shalt know him for a knave and a cuckold. Come to me soon at night.
What a damn Epicurean rascal is this? My heart is ready to crack with impatience. Who says this is an improvident jealousy my wife hath sent to him? The hour is fixed. The match is made. Would any man have thought this? See the hell of having a false woman. My bed shall be abused, my coffers ransacked, and my reputation gnawed at. And I shall not only receive this villainous wrong, but stand under the adoption of abominable terms, and by him that does me this wrong. Terms, names, Amadian, sounds well, Lucifer, well, Barbizon, well, and yet they are divil's additions, names of fiends, but cuckold it all, a cuckold, the devil himself has such a name. Page is an ass, a secure ass. He will trust his wife. He will not be jealous. I will rather trust a Fleming with my butter, Parson Hughes, the Welshman with my cheese, an Irishman with my Aquavarian's bottle, or thief to walking my ambling gelding, and then my wife with herself. Then she plots, then she ruminates, then she devises. And what will they think? In their hearts they may affect. They will break their hearts, but they will affect. Heaven be praised for my jealousy. 11 o'clock at the hour, and I will prevent this, detect my wife, and be revenged on Falstaff, and laugh at Page. I will about it, better than 3 hours too soon. Then my commune late. Fie, fie, fie. Cuckold, cuckold, cuckold.
Exeunt, Scena tertia, enter Caius and Rugby.
Jacques Robert,
Sir,
what is the clock, Jack?
'tis past the hour, sir, that Sir Hugh promised to meet.
By God, he has saved his soul that he has not come. He has prayed his Bible well that he has not come. By God, Jack Ruby, he is dead already, if he be come.
He is wise, sir. He knew your worship would kill him if he came.
By God, the herring is not dead. So as I will kill him, take your rapier. Jacques, I will tell you how I will kill him.
Alas, sir, I cannot fence.
Lily, take your rapier.
Forbear, here's company.
Enter Shallow,
Bless,
Page, Host, and Slender.
bless thee, bully doctor.
Oh, save you, Master Dr. Chaos.
Now, good Master Doctor.
Give you good morrow, sir.
What day are you 2, 3, 4 come for?
To see thee fight, to see thee feign, to see thee traverse, to see thee here, to see thee there, to see thee pass thy puncto, thy stock, thy reverse, thy distance, thy montant. Is he dead? My Ethiopian, is he dead? My Francisco? Ah, bully. What says my Asclepius, my Galleon, my heart of elder? Ah, is he dead, bully stale? Is he dead?
Bad guy, he is the coward jackal priest of the world. He has not shown his face.
Thou art a Castilian king, urinal. Hector of Greece, my boy.
I pray you bear witness that we may have stayed 6 or 7, 2 or 3 hours for him, and he is not come.
He is the wiser man, Master Doctor. He is a cure of souls, and you a cure of bodies. If you should fight, you go against the hair of your professions. Is it not true, Master Page?
Master Shallow, you have yourself been a great fighter, though now a man of peace.
Bodykins, Master Page. Though I now be old and of the peace, if I see a sword out, my finger itches to make one. Though we are justices and doctors and churchmen, Master Page, we have some salt of our youth in us. We are the sons of women, Master Page.
It's true, Master Shallow.
It will be found so, Master Page. Master Dr. Chaos, I have come to fetch you home. I am sworn of the peace. You have showed yourself a wise physician, and Sir Hugo has showed himself a wise and patient churchman. You must go with me, Master Doctor.
Pardon, guest justice. A Monsieur Mockwater?
What is that?
Mockwater in our English tongue is valor, bully.
By God, then I have as much a mockwater as the Englishman, scurvy jackdog priest. By God, we will cut his ears.
He will clapper claw thee tightly, bully.
Clapper the claw, that is that.
That is, he will make the amends.
By God, me do look here. Show clapper the claw, for by my God, he will have it.
And I will provoke him too, or let him wag.
We thank you for that.
Bully, but first, Madam Guest and Madam Page, Cavallero Slender, go you through the town to Frogmore.
He was there, is he?
He is there. See what humor he is in, and I will bring the doctor about by the fields. Will it do well?
We will do it.
Adieu, good Master Doctor.
By God, me will kill the priest, for he speak for a jackanapes and Page.
Let him die. Sheath thy impatience. Throw cold water on thy collar. Go about the fields with me through Frogmore. I will bring thee where Miss Anne Page is at the farmhouse, a feasting, and thou shalt woo her, cried Game. Said I well?
By God, me thank you for that. By God, I love you, and I shall procure you the good guest, the earl, the knights, the lords, the gentlemen, my patients.
For the which I will be thy adversary toward and Page, said I well.
By God, 'tis good, well said.
Let us wag then.
Come up my heels, Jack Roubaix.
Actus tertia scena prima. Enter Evans, Simple, Page, Shallow.
I pray you now, good Master Slender, Suffering Man, and friend Simple by your name. Which way have you looked for Master Caius, that calls himself Doctor of Physic?
Sir, the pity ward, the park ward, every way, old Windsor way, every way but the town way.
I most vehemently desire you. You will also look that way.
I will, sir.
Bless my soul, how full of colours I am, and trembling of mind. I shall be glad if he have deceived me. How melancholy I am. I will bring his urinals about. I will knock his urinals about his knave's custard when I have good opportunities for the york. Bless my soul. To shallow rivers to whose falls melodious bird sings madrigals. There will we make our beds of roses and 1,000 fragrant posies. To shallow.
Yonder, he is coming this way.
Mercy on me, I have a great dispositions to cry. Melodious birds sing madrigals when as I sat in Babylon, and 1,000 fragrant posies to shallows rivers to whose falls.
Yonder, he is coming this way, Sir Hugh.
Yes, welcome. To shallow rivers to whose falls.
No weapons, sir. There comes my master.
Heaven prospect the right.
Over there, this way.
Heaven prospect the right. What weapons is he? Master Simple. What weapons is he?
I said before, no weapons. Well, there comes my master, Master Shallow, and another gentleman from Frogmore, over the still, this way.
Pray you give me my gown, or else keep it in your arms.
Now, Master Parson. Good morning, good Sir Hugh. Keep a game stuff from the dice and a good student from his book, and it is wonderful.
Sweet and Page.
Save you, good Sir Hugh.
Bless you from his mercy's sake, all of you.
What? The sword and the word? Do you study them both, Master Parson?
And youthful still in your doublet and hose this raw rheumatic day.
There is reasons and causes for it.
I come to you to do a good office, Master Parson.
Very well. What is it?
Yonder is a most reverend gentleman who, belike having received wrong by some person, is at most odds with his own gravity and patience that ever you saw.
I have lived 80 years in Upwood. I never heard a man of his place, gravity, learning so wide of his own respect.
What is he?
I think you know him, Master Dr. Caius, the renowned French physician.
God's will and his passion of my heart, I had as leave you to tell me of a mess of porridge.
Why?
He has no more knowledge in Hippocrates and Galen, and he is a knave besides, a cowardly knave, as you would desires to be acquainted with all.
I warrant you he's the man should fight with him.
Oh, Sweet and Page.
It appears so by his weapons. Keep them asunder. Here comes.
Nay, good Master Parson, keep in your weapon.
Oh, do you, good Master Doctor.
Disarm them and let them question. Let them keep their limbs whole and hack our English.
Pray you, let me speak a word with your ear. Wherefore will you not meet me?
Pray you use your patience in good time.
By God, you are the coward, the jack of dog, jack of ape.
Pray you, let us not be laughing stocks to other men's humors. I desire you in friendship, and I will one way or another make you amends. I will knock your urinal about your knave's coxcomb.
Diablo, Jack me, Ruby, mine host is Cheval. Have I not stayed for him to kill him? Have I not at this place I did appoint?
As I am a Christian soul, now look you, this is the place appointed. I'll be judgment by mine host of the Garter.
Peace, I say. Galilea and Gaul, French, soul, cur, and body cure.
Aye, that is very good. Excellent.
Peace, I say. Hear mine. Host of the Garter. I am politic. Am I subtle? Am I Machiavel? Shall I loose my doctor? No. He gives me the potions and the motions. Shall I lose my parson, my priest, my Sir Hugh? No, he gives me the proverbs and the no verbs. Gives me thy hand, Castell. So, boys of art, I have deceived you both. I have directed you to wrong places. Your hearts are mighty, your skins are whole, and let burned sack be of issue. Come, lay their swords to pawn. Follow me, lad of peace. Follow, follow.
Trust me, a mad host. Follow, gentlemen, follow.
Oh, sweet Anne Page.
How do I perceive that? Have you made a decide of us? Ha ha!
This is well. He has made us his flouting stug. I desire you that we may be friends, and let us nog our brains together to be revenge on the same scurvy cugging companion, the host of the Garter.
By God, with all my heart, he promised to bring me where Anne Page is. By God, he deceived me too.
Well, I will smite his noddles. Pray you follow.
Exeunt, Scena Secunda. Enter Mistress Page and Robin. Others come in later.
Nay, keep your way, little gallant. You are wont to be a follower, but now you are a leader. Whether you had rather lead mine eyes or are your master's heels?
Robin, I'd rather forsooth go before you like a man than follow him like a dwarf.
Oh, you are a flattering boy. Now I see you'll be a courtier.
Well, Mistress Page, whither you go?
Truly, sir, to see your wife. Is she at home?
And as idle as she may hang together for want of company. I think your husbands were dead, and you two would marry.
This is Mistress Page.
Be sure of that. 2 other husbands.
Where had you this pretty weathercock?
I cannot tell what the dickens his name is my husband had him of. What do you call your nice name, Sirrah?
Sir John Falstaff.
Sir John Falstaff?
I can never hit on his name. There is such a league between my good man and he. Is your wife at home indeed?
Indeed she is.
By the reason, I am sick till I see her.
Has Page any brains? Hath he any eyes? Hath he any thinking? Sure they slept. He hath not use of them. Why, this boy will carry a letter 20 miles as ease, as a cannon will shoot a point blank 12 score. He pieces his wife's out as his wife's inclination. He gives her folly, motion, and advantage. And now she's going to my wife? Falstaff's boy with her? A man may hear this shower sing in the wind, and Falstaff's boy with her. Good plots, they are laid. And our revolted wives share damnation together. Well, I will take him, then torture my wife, and pluck the borrowed veil of this modesty from so seeming. Mistress Page devolved Page himself for a secure and willful active. And to these violent proceedings all my neighbors shall cry. The clock give me my cue, and my assurance bids me search. There I shall find Falstaff, and I shall rather praised for this than mocked, for it is positive, and the earth is firm, and Falstaff is there. I will go.
Enter Shallow, Page, host, Slender, Doctor, and Sir Hugh with Rugby.
Well met, Master Ford.
Master Ford.
Trust me. A good knot. I have a good cheer at home, and I pray you all go with me.
I must excuse myself, Master Ford.
And so must I, sir. We have appointed to dine with Mistress Anne, and I would not break for her for more money than I'll speak of.
We have lingered about a match between Anne Page and my cousin Slender, and this day we shall have our answer.
I hope I have your goodwill. Father Page?
You have, Master Slender, I stand wholly for you. But my wife, Master Doctor, is for you altogether.
Begone, and the maid is love me. My nurse quickly tell me so much.
What say you to young Master Fenton? He capers, he dances, he eyes of youth, he writes verse, he speaks holiday, he smells April and May. He will carry it, he will carry it. 'Tis his buttons, he will carry it.
Not by my consent, I promise you. The gentleman is of no having. He kept company with the wild prince and points. He is of too high a region, he knows too much. No, he shall not knit a knot in his fortunes with a finger of my substance. If he take her, let him take her simply. The wealth I have waits on my consent, and my consent goes not that way.
I beseech thee, you heartily, some of you go home with me to dinner. And beside your cheer, you shall have sport. I will show you a monster, Master Doctor, and you shall go. So shall you, Master Page, and you, Sir Hugh.
Well, fare you well. We shall have the freer wooing at Mistress's Page's.
Go home, Jacobi. I come anon.
Farewell, my hearts. I will to my honest knight Falstaff and drink canary with him.
I think you shall drink and pipe wine first with him, and I'll make him dance. Will you go, gentles?
Have
you with
to see this
Monk
monster.
Doctor.
Exeunt, scene at Tertia. Enter Mistress Ford, Mistress Page with two servants.
What, John? What, Robert?
Quickly, is the buck basket?
I Warren? What, Robin, I say?
Come.
Here, set it down.
Give your men the charge. We must be brief.
Mary, as I told you before, John and Robert, would be ready here, hard by in the brew house, and when I suddenly call you, come forth, and without any pause or staggering, take this basket on your shoulders. That done, trudge with it in all haste, and carry it among the Winsters and Docket Mead, and there empty it in the muddy ditch close by the Thames side.
You will do it?
I have told them over and over, they lack no direction. Be gone, and come when you are called.
Here comes little Robin.
How now, my eyes musket? What news with you? Robin?
My master, Sir John, has come in at your back door, Mistress Ford, and requests your company.
You little gentleman, have you been true to us?
I'll be sworn, my master knows not of your being here, and hath threatened to put me into everlasting liberty if I tell you of it, for he swears he'll turn me away.
Thou art a good boy. This secrecy of thine shall be a tailor to thee, and shall make thee a new doublet and hose. I'll go hide me.
Do so. Go tell thy master I am alone. Mistress Page, remember you your cue.
I warrant thee, if I do not act it, hiss me.
Go to then. We'll use this unwholesome humidity, this gross, watery pumpkin. We'll teach him to know turtles from jays.
Have I caught thee, my heavenly jewel? Why, now let me die, for I've lived long enough. This is the period of my ambition. Oh, this blessed hour.
Oh, sweet Sir John.
Mistress Ford, I cannot cog, I cannot prate, Mistress Ford. Now shall I sin in my wish. I would thy husband were dead. I'll speak it before the best Lord. I would make thee my lady.
I your lady, Sir John. Alas, I should be a pitiful lady.
Oh, let the court of France show me such another. I see how thine eye would emulate the diamond. Thou hast the right arched beauty of the brow that becomes the ship tire, the tire valiant, or any tire of Venetian admittance.
A plain kerchief, Sir John. My brows become nothing else, nor that well neither.
Oh, thou art a tyrant to say so. Thou wouldst make an absolute courtier, and the firm fixture of thy foot would give an excellent motion to thy gait in a semicircled farthingale. I see what thou wert if fortune thy foe were not nature thy friend. Come, thou canst not hide it.
Believe me, there's no such thing in me.
What made me love thee? Let that persuade thee. There's something extraordinary in thee. Come, I cannot cog and say thou art this and that, like many of these lisping hawthorn buds that come like women in men's apparel and smell like buckler's berry in simple time. I cannot but love thee, none but thee, and thou deservest it.
Do not betray me, sir. I fear you love Mistress Page.
Thou might as well say I love to walk by the counter gate, which is as hateful to me as the reek of a lime kiln.
Well, heaven knows how I love you, and you shall one day find it.
Keep in that mind, I'll deserve it.
Nay, I must tell you so you do, or else I could not be in that mind.
Mistress Ford! Mistress Ford! Here's Mistress Page at the door, sweating and blowing and looking wildly, and would need speak with you presently.
She shall not see me. I will ensconce me behind the arras.
Pray you do so. She's a very tattling woman. What's the matter? How now?
Mistress Ford, what have you done? You're shamed, you are overthrown, you are undone forever.
What's the matter, good Mistress Page?
Oh, well, did Mistress Ford having an honest man to your husband to give him such cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion?
What cause of suspicion? Out upon you. How am I mistaken you?
Why, alas, what's the matter?
Your husband's coming hither, woman, with all the officers in Windsor to search for a gentleman that he says is here now in the house. But your consent to take an ill advantage of his absence. You are undone.
It's not so, I hope.
Pray heaven it be not so that you have such a man here, but 'tis most certain your husband's coming with half Windsor at his heels. Search for such a one. I come before to tell you, if you know yourself clear, why I'm glad of it. But if you have a friend here, convey him out. Be not amazed. Call all your senses to you, defend your reputation, or bid farewell to your good life forever.
What shall I do? There is a gentleman, my dear friend, and I fear not mine own shame so much as his peril. I'd rather than £1,000 he were out of the house.
For shame, never stand. You had rather and you had rather. Your husband's here at hand. Bethink you of some conveyance. In the house you cannot hide him. Oh, how have you deceived me? Look, here's a basket. If it be of any reasonable stature, he may creep in here and throw the foul linen upon him as if it were going to bucket. Or is it writing time? Send him by your 2 men to Datchet Mead.
He's too big to go in there. What shall I do?
Oh, let me see it. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. I'll in. Follow your friend's counsel. I'll in.
What, Sir John Falstaff? Are these your letters, knight?
I love thee. Help me away. Let me creep in here. I'll never.
Help to cover your master. Boy, call your men. You dissembling knight.
What, John? Robert? John? Go. Take up these clothes here quickly. Where's the cowl staff? Look how you grumble. Carry them to the Landress and Datchet Mead quickly. Come.
Pray you come near. If I suspect without cause Why then make sport at me? And then let me be at your jest. I deserve it how now, and whether bear you this?
To the laundress, forsooth.
Why, what have you to do whether they bury it? You were best meddle with buck washing.
Buck? I would I could wash myself of you, Buck. Buck, Buck, Buck. I warrant you, Buck. And of the season too it shall appear. Gentlemen, I have dreamed tonight, and I'll tell you of my dream. Here, be my keys. Ascend my chambers. Search, seek, and find out. I'll warrant we'll uncunnel the fox. And let me stop this way first. So now, uncape.
Good Master Ford, be contented. You wrong yourself too much.
True, Master Page. Up, gentlemen, you shall see sport anon. Follow me, gentlemen.
This is very fantastical, humorous, and jealousies.
My God, 'tis not the fashion of France. It is not jealous in France.
Nay, follow him, gentlemen. See the issue of his search.
Is there not a double excellency in this?
I know not which pleases me better, that my husband is deceived, or Sir John.
What a taking was he in when your husband asked who was in the basket?
I am half afraid he will have need of washing. So throwing him into the water will do him a benefit.
And you dishonest rascal, I would all the same strain, we're in the same distress.
I think my husband has some special suspicion of Falstaff's being here, for I never saw him so gross in his jealousy till now.
I don't know why you plot to try that. And we will yet have more tricks with Falstaff. His dissolute disease will scarce obey this medicine.
Shall we send that foolish and carrion mistress quickly to him and excuse his throwing into the water and give him another hope to betray him to another punishment?
We'll do it. Let it be set for tomorrow, 8 o'clock, to have amends.
I cannot find him. May the knave be bragged of that he could not compass.
Heard you that?
You use me well, Master Ford, do you?
I do so.
Heaven make you better than your thoughts.
Amen.
You did yourself mighty wrong, Mr. Ford.
I must bear it.
If there be any putty in the house, and in the chambers, and in the coffers, and in the presses, heaven forgive my sins at the day of judgment.
By God, no, I too. There is nobody's.
Fie, Master Ford, are you not ashamed? What spirit, what devil suggests this imagination? I will not your distemper in this kind for the wealth of Windsor Castle.
Is my fault, Master Page. I will suffer for it.
You suffer for a pat conscience. Your wife is as honest as a woman's, as I will desire is among 5,000 and 500 too.
By God, I see. 'Tis an honest woman.
Well, I promised you a dinner. Come. Walk in the park. I pray you pardon me. I will have her make known to you what I have done this. Come, wife. Come, Mrs. Page. I pray pardon me. Pray heartily pardon me.
Let's go in, gentlemen, but trust me, we'll mock him. I do invite you tomorrow morning to my house to breakfast. After we'll a birding together. I have a fine hawk for the bush. Shall it be so?
Anything?
If there is one, I shall make two in the company.
If there be one or two, I shall make the third.
I pray you go, Mr. Page.
I pray you now, remembrance tomorrow on the lousy knave mine host.
That is good by God with all my heart.
A lousy knave to have his jibes and his mockeries.
Hi, yeah, we're exeunt, and we're just going to take our little break here before we resume with Sina Quarta with Fenton and Ann Page. So it'll be a 5-minute break. We're at 2:47 right now, so we'll be getting started again at about 2:52. So you can take a little break, be back in 5 minutes, or if you have any questions, you can let me know. Mary Lou, I've just sent you your thing to start the video again. I've been sometimes occasionally turning people off when they're not in the scene, just because it's sort of somewhat distracting if you're not in the scene to be seen. So that's what I'm doing. And I just want to, I prefer if like the actors can sort of take care of it on their own, because that way then it makes it tougher for you to go back on. Good, Mary Lou, good. Glad your video is back on.
By the way, Michael just said one of my favorite lines in all Shakespeare, I will make a turd.
Did I do it okay? Did it come across? I screwed up.
As always, Michael, as always.
Now you get one chance to say it. I screwed up a lot of stuff.
You said third. You did not say turd.
I did say turd.
Whatever. I thought he was hilarious.
I said the turd.
He did.
He did.
Yes.
I think most of us heard turd. I mean, and there's just so many fun things.
Heard turd.
Jokes that
Other
you
stuff
have
didn't come across
in the text that are just like in Mistress Quickly's line for virtuous, that it's spelled fartuous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. No, wait, Paul, can I ask you one thing? Sorry, I missed the beginning. Maybe you already mentioned this about this play, you know, how it was commissioned by the Queen. She wanted to see Falstaff in love, and he had to do it, Shakespeare. But isn't this a play? There isn't any verse at all, right? Except maybe at the end they're making fun of Falstaff singing, but it's
There
all
is.
in prose, right? It's all in prose.
There's a couple of verse, and I screwed both up. Caius has a verse.
Oh.
Yeah, and actually what's coming up with the wooing scene with Fenton and Anne is actually in verse.
Oh, right, you're right.
Yeah.
Right,
Also,
I'm sorry. Right, I forgot about
It's
that. I
prose,
forgot.
There are lyrics in it, as you heard Tony singing from what is it? Mistress.
I haven't the faintest idea what it was.
It's a very popular Elizabethan song.
Hold on a second.
Can't forget the name.
Lover to his mistress.
Mistress Mine? Is it?
Oh, no.
Different play.
No.
Wrong play.
Let's see. All right. I should be able to look that up.
Oh, by the way, if I slip into New York accent or Southern, little bit Texas, I feel like doing that with Mistress Quickly. I don't know. I might.
Oh,
do
yeah,
it.
sure.
Don't be freaked out.
I always read Adam and As You Like It as a guy from the Bronx.
There you go. Oh, by the way, your thief pistol's freaking hilarious.
What? I'm sorry.
Your thief pistol.
Oh, good. That's sweet of you to say that.
Freaking hilarious.
Ringing it.
Everybody's
you?
hilarious. Everybody is.
How's things in Newark? You guys are doing great out there.
Well, the bad thing, yeah. But
No, I mean, I read all the articles and I saw, yeah.
We have the best mayor in the country, and we have
Your
such
police
brilliantly organized team activists all around the city.
There was no violence in Newark or
I know. The neo-Nazis got bussed in buses from Pennsylvania and Western Jersey. And I heard it from the horse's mouth. They go in a dangerous area up Clinton Avenue at nightfall 2 weeks ago. And they were these young people in Black Lives Matters clothes. Yeah, right. Like they really care. They were feeding alcohol to the guys in the projects and everything, trying to get them to commit arson in Nat Turner Park, and then so they could distract the cops, come down and loot in downtown. But we were having none of it. Go back where you come from. And Camden of all places did great because they have community together. They've had to get that way. But
they told them in the neighborhood, they said, if you're not from around here, leave. Because they knew they were
infiltrators. You're not from here. Duh. There's no white.
They knew they were infiltrators, so we're going to start the violence and then blame them. Yeah,
right. But the thing is
they
have a right to be angry. Everybody.
Yeah, right.
But now the problem is yuppies and crackers have been moving in gentrification already. We have all these luxury high rises. Nobody, New York. It's so expensive now in the COVID, and now we really got to pour them in. I almost wish they hadn't written that big, wonderful New York Times article about New York, but it's going to happen anyway. But I'm gonna head for Canada as soon as I can, but the borders are closed.
Really?
And I'm trying to get Mid-Atlantic. You know, we're doing, by the way, everybody, we're doing Black Lives Matter, funky COVID hip hop Shakespeare in the parks. I'm doing Midsummer again, and I'm doing Othello and LGBT, grade 12th
Are
night.
you guys open yet?
No, I don't have a building, but we'll be doing it in the parks. City Hall is not giving me a cent. I gotta schmooze up boatloads of food, or nobody in Newark comes to anything I put on. You know, it better be free.
No, what I'm asking, when are you planning on doing this?
Yeah, we're
Because-
doing these things toward the end of July. I got to rehearse with all the New Yorkers. I do need some New Yorkers, but I got to give away as many parts possible to New Yorkers, and they need rehearsal with me, you know, virtually, remotely. But like we did a few years ago, I need New Yorkers too, and I'll be letting you all know soon. August and everything, you know, end of July. And then come the fall, we'll do it in community centers. I don't have to pay your lousy insurance, City Hall, Newark. At least give me 17 cents to help out. But politically, whatever.
In any event, I mean, it does look like, I mean, that it's going to be very difficult to have any sort of Shakespeare indoors for a while.
Yeah.
But I mean, just as some religious groups are working at putting together sort of things for outdoor services, what I'm hoping, what I'm planning to try and do, hopefully in Patterson, is to do some outdoor Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, we can't do Blackfriars. We got to do the Globe.
Yeah, gotta do that. And just so you know, the song that Sir Hugh was singing, that Tony was singing at Sir Hugh, is The Passionate Shepherd to His Love, which is one of like along, you know, with one of the popular songs of the time, which also they had a reference to like 1,000 songs to the tune of Greensleeves.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Is used for period.
Da, 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 da. Hey, Trump, get off your throne.
7 minutes on our things, and so I just want to see if we have, well, Fenton and Ann Page, if you two are here. I can see Fenton and see that he's not quite back yet. Yeah, I see the others who are here, and great, and Paige is here. And so, yeah, we just, Fenton, we just need to wait a little bit more, since, I mean, Fenton actually only has a couple of big scenes, and this is the biggest. And so, yes,
So proud of my boys have been quiet so far.
Oh, share your pets. Yes, Virginia with that. And in the meantime, I'll talk about like the rest of the schedule, what we're going to be doing with Instant Shakespeare. We also have sort of like a Wednesday discussion, exploring Shakespeare. And last week, we sort of talked about Shakespeare in protest. And this next week, I think we may talk a little bit more in terms of like Shakespeare as he relates to issues of racism and gender. And I mean, that's a lot to sort of.
That's great. That's Wednesday?
Lots there.
That's Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Right.
Wednesday. And what we're also doing is now we're sort of making Thursday nights sort of another night for readings. So we're going to be doing next Thursday night, we're doing Henry IV Part 1. Next Saturday afternoon, Henry IV Part 2. And then the following week, we'll be doing Merchant of Venice on Thursday, and on Saturday, King Lear. And for Merchant of Venice and King Lear, we'll actually be working from the quarto texts, which the quartos were editions of the plays that were mostly published while Shakespeare was still alive. And one of the things of the Folio text is that you have a lot of plays that would have been lost without it. Actually, Merry Wives of Windsor, there is also a quarto of this, but it's a very short quarto. So that's why in this—
I was looking over this quarto. There doesn't seem to be much difference. Is there like a lot? There's few cut lines.
Yeah, well, there's also it is considerably shorter. Some people think it might have been sort of a touring version of the play. It cuts out entirely one of my favorite scenes, which is the sort of the Latin scene with William and Sir Hugh, which is.
Oh no, I was talking about Lear. I'm sorry, I was talking about King Lear.
Oh, Lear. No, I mean it's basically the same, but it is interesting. Like in the Folio of Lear, the final line is
Exactly.
Edgar's,
It's Edgar.
and in the Quarto, it's Albany. So
I think it should be Edgar.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
I think it should be Edgar.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
yeah.
Although Albany does say what we feel, speak what we feel, not what we ought to say. And he is the one who basically is keeping quiet until
Right.
things are too
Yeah.
Why don't
late.
you have them both say it together? What the heck? The more, yeah.
Well, I mean, I think it's sometimes interesting to see these sorts of differences and see what works. But now that we have Fenton here, let us begin again with the Merry Wives of Windsor, Sina Quarta. And again, I'm sorry if I'm not getting all of the things correctly, but a lot of times we have massive entrances at the beginning of the scenes, and that's not really everybody who's entering. Like this scene begins, it's just Fenton and Anne, and the other people come in earlier just before their lines. So I apologize for the fact that this is one of the other sort of deficiencies of this particular play in the folio, because other folio plays sometimes have better stage directions. But so we'll just have to catch as catch can. So Sina Quarta, enter Fenton and Anne.
I see I cannot get thy father's love. Therefore no more turn me to him, sweet Nan.
Alas, how then?
Well, thou must be thyself. He doth object I am too great of birth, and that my state being galled with my expense, I seek to heal it only by his wealth. Besides these other bars he lays before me, my riots past, my wild societies, and tells me 'tis a thing impossible I should love thee but as a property.
Maybe he tells you true.
No, heaven, so speed me in my time to come, albeit I will confess thy father's wealth was the first motive that I wooed thee, eh? Yet wooing thee, I found thee of more value than stamps in gold or sums in sealed bags, and 'tis the very riches of thyself that I now aim at.
Gentle Master Fenton, yet seek my father's love. Still seek it, sir. If opportunity and humblest sweet cannot attain it, then why hark you hither?
Break their talk, mistress, quickly. My kinsman shall speak for himself.
I'll make a shaft or a bolt on it. Slid, 'tis but venturing.
Be not dismayed.
No, she shall not dismay me. I care not for that, but that I am afeared.
Harkee, Master Slender would speak a word with you.
I come to him. This is my father's choice. Oh, what a world of veiled, ill-favored faults looks handsome in 300 pounds a year.
And how does good Master Fenton? Pray you, a word with you.
Just coming to her cause. Oh boy, thou hadst a father.
I had a father, Mistress Anne. My uncle can tell you good jests of him. Pray you, uncle, tell Mistress Anne just how my father stole 2 geese out of a pen, good uncle.
Oh, Mistress Anne, my cousin loves you.
That I do, as well as I love any woman in Gloucestershire.
He will maintain you like a gentlewoman.
That I will. Come cut in long tail under the degree of a squire.
He will make you 150 pounds joy and cheer.
Good Master Shallow, let him woo for himself.
Mary, I thank you for it. I thank you for that good comfort. She calls you cuz. I'll leave you.
Now, Master Slender.
Now, good Mistress Anne.
What is your will?
My will? Odds heart slings, that's a pretty jest indeed. I ne'er made my will yet. I thank heaven. I'm not such a sickly creature. I give heaven praise.
I mean, Master Slender, what wold you with me?
Oh, truly, for mine own part, I would little or nothing with you. Your father and mine uncle hath made motions. If it be my luck, if not, happy man be his dole. They can tell you how things go better than I can. They can tell you. You may ask your father. Oh, here he comes.
Now, Master Slender.
Nay, Master Page, be not impatient.
Master Fenton, come not to my child.
He is no match for you.
Sir, will you hear me?
No, good Master Fenton. Come, Master Shallow, come, son Slender, in. Knowing my mind, you wrong me, Master Fenton.
Speak to Mistress Page.
Good Mistress Page, for that I love your daughter in such a righteous fashion as I do, perforce against all checks, rebukes, and manners, I must advance the colours of my love and not retire. Let me have your goodwill.
Good mother, do not marry me to yond fool.
Heed it not, I seek you a better husband.
That's my master, Master Doctor.
Alas, I had rather be set quick in the earth and bowled to death with turnips.
Come, trouble not yourself, good Master Fenton. I will not be your friend nor enemy. My daughter will I question how she loves you, and as I find her, so am I affected. Till then, farewell, sir. She must needs go in. Her father will be angry.
Farewell, gentle mistress. Farewell, Nan.
This is my doing now. Nay, said I, will you cast away your child on a fool and a physician? Look on, Master Fenton, this is my doing.
I thank thee, and I pray thee once tonight, give my sweet Nan this ring. There's for thy pains.
Thanks. Ta. Oh, I'm still talking. Oh, Lord. Sorry. Now, heaven send ye good fortune, a kind heart he hath. A woman would run through fire and water for such a kind heart. But yet, I would my master had Mistress Anne, or I would Master Slender had her. Or, in sooth, no, I would Master Fenton had her. I will do what I can for them all three, for of so have I promised. And I'll be as good as my word, but especially for Master Fenton. Well, I must have another errand to Sir John Falstaff from my two mistresses. What a beast am I to stack it?
Exeunt, Scena Quinta, enter Falstaff, Bardolph. Bardolph, I say.
Here, sir.
Oh, go fetch me a quart of sack and put a toast in it. Have I lived to be carried in a basket like a barrow of butcher's offal, and to be thrown in the Thames? Well, if I be served such another trick, I'll have my brains ta'en out and buttered and give them to a dog for a New Year's gift. The rogues slighted me into the river with as little remorse as they would have drowned a blind bitch's puppies, 15 in the litter. And you may know by my sighs that I have a kind of alacrity in sinking. If the bottom were as deep as hell, I should down. I had been drowned, but that the shore was shelvy and shallow, the death that I abhor, for the water swells a man, and what a thing should I have been when I had been swelled? I should have been a mountain of mummy.
Here's mistress. Quickly, sir, to speak with you.
Come. Let me pour in some sack to the Thames water, for my belly's as cold as if I had swallowed snowballs, for pills to cool the rains. Call her in.
Come in, woman.
Enter Mistress Quickly. Mistress Quickly. I thought she was here somewhere.
Sorry, you guys. Shoot! I hit the keyboard with the wrong freaking finger. Okay, here we go. By your leave, I cry you mercy. Give your worship good morrow.
Take away these chalices. Go, brew me a bottle of sack finely.
Well then, sir.
Simple of itself. I'll no pullet sperms in my brewage. How now?
Harry, sir, I come to your worship from Master Ford.
Mistress Ford? I have had Ford enough. I was thrown into the Ford. I have my belly full of Ford.
Alas, the day good heart. That was not her fault. She does so take on with her men. They mistook their erection.
So did I mind to build upon a foolish woman's promise.
Well, she laments, sir, for it, that it would yearn your heart to see it. Her husband goes this morning a-birding. She desires you once more to come in to her. Between 8 and 9, I must carry her word quickly. She must make you amends, I warned you.
Well, I will visit her, tell her so, and bid her think what a man is. Let her consider his frailty, and then judge of my merit.
I will tell her.
Do so. Between 9 and 10, sayest thou?
Right. 8 and 9, sir.
Oh, well, be gone. I will not miss her.
Peace be with you, sir.
I marvel I hear not of Master Broom. He sent me out to stay within. I like his money well. Oh, here he comes.
Bless you, sir.
Ah, now, Master Broom, you come to know what hath passed between me and Ford's wife.
That indeed, Sir John, is my business.
Master Broom, I will not lie to you. I was at her house the hour she appointed me.
And sped you, sir?
Oh, very ill-favoredly, Master Broom.
How, sir, did she change her determination?
Oh, no, Master Broom, but the peaking cornuto, her husband, Master Broom, dwelling in a continual alarm of jealousy, comes me in the instant of our encounter, after we had embraced, kissed, protested, and, as it were, spoke the prologue of our comedy, and at his heels a rabble of his companions, thither provoked and instigated by his distemper, and forsooth doth search his house for his wife's love.
What? While you were there?
While I was there.
And did he search for you and could not find you?
You shall hear. As good luck would have it, comes in one Mistress Page, gives intelligence of Ford's approach, and in her invention and Ford's wife's distraction, they conveyed me into a buck basket.
A buck basket?
Yes, a buck basket. Rammed me in with foul shirts and smocks, socks, foul stockings, greasy napkins. That Master Broom, there was the rankest compound of villainous smell that ever offended nostril.
How long lay you there?
You shall hear, Master Broom, what I have suffered to bring this woman to evil for your good. Being thus crammed in the basket, a couple of Ford's knaves, his hinds, were called forth by their mistress to carry me in the name of foul clothes to Datchet Lane. They took me on their shoulders, met the jealous knave, their master, in the door, who asked them once or twice what they had in their basket. I quaked for fear lest the lunatic knave would have searched it, but fate, ordaining he should be a cuckold, held his hand. Well, on went he for a search, and away went I for foul clothes. But mark the sequel, Master Broom, I suffered the pangs of 3 several deaths. First, an intolerable fright to be detected with a jealous rotten bellwether, next to be compassed like a good bilbo in the circumference of a peck, hilt to point, heel to head, and then to be stuffed in like a strong distillation with stinking clothes that fretted in their own grease. Think of that, man, of my kidney. Think of that am as subject to heat as butter, a man of continual dissolution and thaw. It was a miracle to escape suffocation, and in the height of this bath, when I was more than half stewed in grease like a Dutch dish, to be thrown into the Thames and cooled, glowing hot in that surge like a horseshoe. Think of that, hissing hot. Think of that, Master Broom.
In good sadness, sir, I'm sorry. For my sake, you have suffered this. My suit is desperate. You'll undertake her no more?
Master Broom, I will be thrown into Etna as I have been into Thames ere I will leave her thus. Her husband is this morning gone a-birding. I have received from her another embassy of meeting. 'Twixt 8 and 9 is the hour, Master Broom.
'Tis past 8 already, sir.
Is it? I will then address me to my appointment. Come to me at your convenient leisure, and you shall know how I speed. And the conclusion shall be crowned with your enjoying her. Adieu, you shall have her, Master Broom. Master Broom, you shall cuckold Ford.
Is this a vision? Is this a dream? Do I sleep? Master Ford, awake, awake, Master Ford. There's a hole made in your best coat, Master Ford. And this to be married? This to have linemen and buck baskets? Well, I will proclaim myself what I am. I will now take to the lecture. He is at my house, and he cannot escape me. 'Tis impossible he should. He cannot creep into a halfpenny purse, nor into a pepper box. But least the devil that guides him should aid him. I will search impossible places, though what I am, I cannot avoid, yet I will be what I would not, and I shall not make me tame. If I have horns to make one mad, let proverb go with me, and I'll be horn mad.
Exeunt. Actus quartus, scena prima. Enter Mistress Page, quickly, William Evans.
Oh, where is she?
Is he in Mr. Ford's already, think so?
Sure he is by this, or will be presently, but truly he's very courageous, mad about his throwing into the water. Mistress Ford desires you to come suddenly.
I'll be with her by and by. I'll bring my young man here to school. Look where his master comes. 'Tis a playing day, I see. How now, Sir Hugh, no school today?
No, Master Slender has let the boys leave to play.
Blessing of his heart.
Sir Hugh, my husband says my son profits nothing in the world at his book. I pray you ask him some questions in his accidents.
Come hither, William. Hold up your head. Come.
You?
Come on, Sarah, hold up your head. Answer your master, be not afraid.
William, how many numbers is in nouns?
Do you have a William? Should I do it? Is there
2?
one? Oh, sorry.
You have a William.
Sorry. Oh, truly, I thought there had been one number more because they say odds now.
Peace your tattlings. What is fair, William?
Culture.
Polecats? They were fairer things than polecats, yo.
You are a very simplicity woman. I pray you peace. What is lapis, William?
Stone.
And what is a stone, William?
Pebble.
No, it is lapis. I pray you remember in your brain.
Lapis.
That is a good William. What is he, William, that does lend articles?
Articles are borrowed of the pronoun, and he thus declined. Singularity. Stomavo. Hill. Hang. Hog.
Nominativo. Hig. Hag. Hog. Pray you mark. Gentivo buis. Well, what is your accusative case?
Accusativo hig.
I pray you have your remembrance, child. Accusativo bing hang hog.
Hang.
Ding hang hong is Latin for bacon, I warrant you.
Leave your preppers, woman! What is the vocative case, William?
Oh, vocativo.
Remember, William, vocative is carrot.
And that's a good root.
Woman for bear!
Case.
What is your genitive case, plural, William?
Genitive case.
Aye.
Genitive horum haruum horum.
Vengeance of John's case, fie on her. Never name her child if she be a whore.
For shame, woman!
You do ill to teach the child such words. He teaches him to hick and to whack, which they do fast enough of themselves, and to call harum, fie on you!
Woman, art thou lunatic? Hast thou no understanding for thy cases and the numbers of the genders? Are out as foolish Christian creatures as I would desires?
Prithee, hold thy peace.
Show me now, William, some declensions of your pronouns.
Forsooth, I have forgot.
It is qui, que, quod. If you forget your quiz, your ques, and your quads, you must be preaches. Go your ways and play. Go.
Big preaches. He's a better scholar than I thought he was.
He is a good sprag memory. Farewell, Mistress Page.
Adieu, good Sir Hugh. Get you home, boy. Come, we stay too long.
Exeunt Sina Secunda, enter Falstaff and Mistress Ford. The others come in later. Mistress Ford, your sorrow hath eaten up my sufferance. I see you are obsequious in your love, and I profess requital of a hair's breadth, not only, Mistress Ford, in the simple office of love, but in all the accoutrement, compliment, and ceremony of it. But are you sure of your husband now?
He's a birding, sweet Sir John.
Whoa, Gossip Ford. Whoa.
Step into the chamber, Sir John.
How now, sweetheart? Who's at home beside yourself?
Why, none but my own people.
Indeed?
No, certainly. Speak louder.
Truly, I'm so glad you have nobody here.
Why?
Why, woman? Your husband is in his old lines again. He so takes on yonder with my husband, so rails against all married mankind, so curses all Eve's daughters of what complexion soever, and so buffets himself on the forehead, crying, peer out, that any madness I ever yet beheld seemed but tameness, civility, and patience to this, his distemper he is in now. And glad the fat knight is not here.
Why? Does he talk of him?
Of none but him, and swears he was carried out the last time he searched for him in a basket. Protest to my husband he is now here, and hath drawn him and the rest of their company from their sport to make another experiment of his suspicion. But I am glad the knight is not here, now he shall see his own foolery.
How near is he, Mistress Page?
Hard by at street end. He will be here anon.
I'm undone. The knight is here.
Why, then you are utterly shamed, and he's but a dead man. What a woman are you? Away with him. Better shame than murder.
Which way should he go? How should I bestow him? Shall I put him into the basket again?
No, I'll come no more in the basket. May I not go out ere he come?
Alas, 3 of Master Ford's brothers watch the door with pistols, that none shall issue out. Otherwise you might slip away ere he came. But what make you here?
Oh, what shall I do? I'll creep up into the chimney.
There they always used to discharge their birding pieces. Creep into the kill hole.
Where is it?
He will seek there, upon my word. Neither press, coffer, chest, trunk, well, vault, but he hath an abstract for the remembrance of such places, and goes to them by his note. There's no hiding you in the house.
I'll go out then.
If you go out in your own semblance, you die, Sir John, unless you go out disguised.
How might we disguise him?
Alas, a day I know not. There's no woman's gown big enough for him. Otherwise, he might put on a hat, a muffler, and a kerchief, and so escape.
could hearts devise something, any extremity, rather than a mischief?
My maid's aunt, the fat woman of Brainford, hath a gown above.
On my word, it will serve him. She's as big as he is. And there's her plumed hat and her muffler too. Run up, Sir John.
Go, sweet Sir John. Mistress Page and I will look some linen for your head.
Quick, we'll come dress you straight. Put on the gown a while.
I would my husband would meet him in this shape. He cannot abide the old woman of Brainford. He swears she's a witch, forbade her my house, and hath threatened to beat her.
Guide to thy husband's cudgel, and the devil guide his cudgel afterwards.
But is my husband coming?
Aye, in good sadness is he, and talks of the basket too, howsoever he hath had intelligence.
We'll try that. I'll appoint my men to carry the basket again, to meet him at the door with it, as they did last time.
Nay, but I'll be here presently. Let's go dress up like the Witch of Brainford.
I'll first direct my men what they shall do with the basket. Go up. I'll bring linen for him straight.
Hang him, dishonest varlet, we cannot misuse enough. But we've a proof by that which we will do. Wise may be wary and yet honest too. We do not act that often, jest and laugh, 'tis old but true. Still, swine eats all the draft.
Go, sirs, take the basket again on your shoulders. Your master is hard at door. If he bid you set it down, obey him. Quickly, dispatch.
Come, take it up.
Pray heaven it be not full of night again.
I hope not. I had life as bear so much lead.
Aye, but if we're proved true, Master Page, have you any way to unfool me again? Set down the basket, villain, and somebody call my wife. Youth in a basket, oh, you panderly rascals. There's a knot, a gin, a pack, a conspiracy against me. Now shall the devil be shamed. And what wife, I say? Come forth. Behold what honest clothes you have forth to bleaching.
Why this passes, Master Ford? You are not to go loose any longer. You must be pinioned.
Why, this is lunatics. This is mad as a mad dog.
Indeed, Master Ford, this is not well indeed.
So say I too, sir. Come hither, Mistress Ford. Mistress Ford, an honest woman, the modest wife, a virtuous creature, yet hath jealous fool to her husband, I suspect without cause. Mistress, do I?
Heaven be my witness, you do, if you suspect me in any dishonesty.
Well said, brazen face. Hold out. Come forth, sirrah.
This passes.
Are you not ashamed? Let the clothes alone.
I shall find you anon.
'Tis unreasonable. Will you take up your wife's clothes? Come away.
Empty the basket, I say.
Why, man? Why?
Master Page, as I am a man, there was one conveyed out of my house yesterday in this basket. And why not may he be there again in my house? I am sure he is. My intelligence is true, and my jealousy is reasonable, and pluck me out all the linen.
If you find a man there, he shall die a flea's death.
Here's no man.
Oh, by my fidelity, this is not well, Master Ford. This wrongs you.
Master Ford, you must pray and not follow the imaginations of your own heart. This is jealousies.
Well, he's not here, for I seek for.
No, nor nowhere else but in your brain.
Help to search my house this one time, and if I find not what I seek, shall no color my extremity. And let me forever be your table sport. And let them say of me, as jealous as Ford, that searcheth a hollow walnut for this wives' lemon. Satisfy me once more, and once more search with me.
What ho, Mistress Page? Come you and the old woman down. My husband will come into the chamber.
Old woman, what's old woman that?
Why, it is I needs Aunt of Brainford.
A witch, a queen, an old cousining queen. Have I not forbid her to my house? She comes of errands, do she? We are simple men. We do not know what's brought to pass under profession of fortune telling. She works by charms, by spells, by the figure, and such daubry as this. Beyond our element, we know nothing. Come down, you witch, you hag. Come down, I say.
Nay, good sweet husband, good gentleman, let not him strike the old woman.
Come, Mother Pratt, give me your hand.
Oh, Pratt her out of my door, you witch, you rag, you baggage, you polecat, you run-in. Out, out. I'll conjure you, I'll fortune tell you.
Are you not ashamed? I think you have killed the poor woman.
Nay, he will do it. 'Tis a goodly credit for you.
Hang her, witch.
By yea and no, I think the woman is a witch indeed. I like not when a woman has a great beard. I spy a great beard under his muffler.
Will you go, gentlemen? I beseech you, follow. See but the issue of my jealousy, and if I cry out this upon no trail, never trust me when I open again.
Let's obey his humor a little further. Come, gentlemen.
Trust me, he beat him most pitifully.
Nay, by the mass that he did not, he beat him most unpitifully, methought.
Well, the cudgel hallowed and hung o'er the altar. It hath done meritorious service.
What think you? May we, with the warrant of womanhood and the witness of a good conscience, pursue him with any further revenge?
The spirit of wantonness is sure scared out of him if the devil have him not in feast simple with fine and recovery. He will never, I think, in the way of waste, attempt this again.
Shall we tell our husbands how we've served him?
Yes, by all means. If it be but to scrape the figures out of your husband's brains. If they can find it in their hearts, the poor, unvirtuous fat knight shall be any further afflicted. We two shall still be the ministers.
Oh, Warren, thou have him publicly shamed, and methinks there would be no period to the jest, should he not be publicly shamed.
Come to the forge with it, then shape it. I would not have things cool.
Exeunt. Scene tertia. Enter host and Bardolph.
Sir, the Germans desire to have 3 of your horses. The Duke himself will be tomorrow at the court, and they are going to meet him.
What duke should that become so secretly? I hear not of him in the court. Let me speak with the gentlemen. They speak English?
Aye, sir. I'll call them to you.
They shall have my horses, but I'll make them pay. I'll sauce them. They have had my house a week at command. I have turned away my other guests. They must come off. I sauce them. Come.
Exeunt. Scene quarta. Enter Page, Ford, Mistress Page, Mistress Ford, and Evans.
'Tis one of the best discretions of a woman as ever I did look upon.
I lost my place. What page?
97.
97.
Hit the
And
thing.
did he send you both these letters at an instant?
Within a quarter of an hour.
Moment. 1 second. Don't repeat. I'm just getting there. I hit the thing. One second here.
Sometimes in live performances outdoors, you have to take a pause when like a plane goes by. So this is.
Pardon me, wife. Henceforth do what I wilt. I rather will suspend the sun with gold, and then we with wantons. Now doth thine honor stand in him that was in the late of heretic, as firm as faith.
'Tis well no more. Be not as extreme in submission as in offense. but let our plots go forward. Let our wives, yet once again to make us public sport, appoint a meeting with this old fat fellow, where we may take him and disgrace him for it.
There is no better way that but they spoke of.
How, to send him word they'll meet him in the park at midnight? Fie, he'll never come.
You say he has been thrown in the rivers and has been grievously beaten as an old woman? Methinks there should be terrors in him that he should not come. Methinks his flesh is punished. He shall have no desires.
So think I too.
Devise but how you'll use him when he comes, and let us two devise to bring him thither.
There's an old tale goes that Herne the Hunter, sometime a keeper here in Windsor Forest, doth all the winter time at still midnight walk round about an oak with great ragged horns, and there he blasts the tree and takes the cattle, and make milch kine yield blood, and shakes a chain in a most hideous and dreadful manner. You have heard of such a spirit, and well you know the superstitious, idle-headed eld received and did deliver to our age this tale of Herne the Hunter for a truth.
Why, yet there want not many that do fear in deep of night to walk by this Herne's oak. But what of this?
Marry, this is our device, that Falstaff at that oak shall meet with us.
Well, let it not be doubted but he'll come. And in this shape, when you have brought him thither, what shall be done with him? What is your plot?
That likewise have we thought upon, and thus. Nan Page, my daughter, and my little son, and 3 or 4 more of their growth, will dress like urchins, elves and fairies, green and white, with rounds of waxen tappers on their heads, and rattles in their hands upon a sudden. As Falstaff, she and I are newly met, let them from forth a saw pit rush at once with some diffused song. Upon their sight, we two in great amazement will fly. Then let them all encircle him about, and fairy-like to pinch the unclean knight, and ask him why that hour of fairy revel in their so sacred paths he dares to tread in shape profane.
And till he tell the truth, let the supposed fairies pinch him sound and burn him with their tapers.
The truth being known, we'll all present ourselves, disarm the spirit, and mock him home to Windsor.
The children must be practiced well to this, or they'll never do it.
I will teach the children their behaviors, and I will be like a jackanapes also to burn the night with my tabor.
That will be excellent. And I'll go by them wizards.
My Nan shall be the queen of all the fairies, finely attired in a robe of white.
That silk will I go by, and in that time shall Master Slender steal my Nan away and marry her at Eton. Go send to Falstaff straight.
Nay, I'll to him again in the name of Broom, and he'll tell me all of his purpose. Sure he'll come.
Fairy you not you that. Go get his properties and tricking for our fairies.
Let us about it. It is admirable pleasures and very honest knaveries.
Go, Mistress Ford. Send quickly to Sir John to know his mind. Out to the doctor, he hath my goodwill, and none but he to marry with Nan Page. That Slender, though well-landed, is an idiot, and he my husband best of all effects. The doctor's well-moneyed, and his friends potent at court. None but he shall have her, though 20,000 worthier come to crave her.
Scena Quinta, enter host Simple.
What wouldst thou have? Boar, what? Thick skin. Speak, breathe, discuss. Brief, short, quick, snap.
Marry, sir, I come to speak with Sir John Falstaff from Master Slender.
There's his chamber, his house, his castle, his standing bed and truckle bed. 'Tis painted about with the story of the prodigal, fresh and new. Now, go, knock and call. He'll speak like an anthropopyginian unto thee. Knock, I say.
There's an old woman, a fat woman, gone into his chamber. I'll be so bold as to say till she come down. I come to speak with her indeed.
Ha! A fat woman? The knight may be robbed. I'll call. Bully knight! Bully Sir John! Speak from thy lungs military! Art thou there? It is thine host, thine Ephesian calls.
How now, mine host?
Here's a Bohemian Tartar tarries the coming down of thy fat woman. Let her descend, bully, let her descend. My chambers are honorable. Fie. Privacy? Fie.
There was, mine host, an old fat woman even now with me, but she's gone.
Prayer, sir, was not the wise woman of Brentford?
Aye, Mary was it, Muscle Shell. What would you with her?
My master, sir, Master Slender, sent to her, seeing her go through the streets, to know, sir, whether one Nym that beguiled him of a chain had the chain or no.
I spake with the old woman about it.
And what says she, I pray, sir?
Mary, she says, that the very same man that beguiled Master Slender of his chain cozened him of it.
I could have spoken with the woman herself. The other things to have spoken her too from him.
Well, what are they? Let us know.
Aye, come, quick.
I
may not conceal them, sir.
Conceal them, or thou diest.
Why, sir, they are nothing but about Mistress Anne Page, to know if it were my master's fortune to have her or no.
'Tis his fortune.
What, sir?
To have her or no. Go, say the woman told me so.
May I be bold to say so, sir?
Aye, sir, like who more bold?
I thank your worship. I shall make my master glad with these things.
Thou art clerkly, Sir John. Was there a wise woman with thee?
Aye, that there was, mine host, one that hath taught me more wit than ever I learned before in my life. And I paid nothing for it neither, but was paid for my learning.
Out, alas, sir. Cousinage, mere cousinage.
Where be my horses? Speak well of them, Varletto.
Run away with the curtains on hers, for so as I came beyond it, they threw me off from behind of them in a slough of mire. Yet spurs in a way like 3 German devils, 3 Dr. Faustuses.
They're gone but to meet the Duke, villain. Dost not say they be fled. Germans are honest men.
Where is mine host?
What is the matter, sir?
Have a care of your entertainments. There's a friend of mine come to town. Tells me there is 3 cousin Germans that has cozened all the hosts of Reading, of Maidenhead, of Colebrook, of horses and money. I tell you for goodwill, look you are wise and full of jibes and flouting stocks, and 'tis not convenient you should be cozened. Fare you well.
Enter Caius.
Where's my host Jeter?
Here, Master Doctor, in perplexity and doubtful dilemma.
I cannot tell that is that, but it is to tell me that you make a grand preparation for Duke de Germany. By my troth, there is no duke that the court is not to come. I tell you for goodwill. Adieu.
Hi, you and cry, villain. Go, assist me, knight. I am undone. Fly, run, hue and cry, villain. I am undone.
I would all the world might be cozened, for I have been cozened and beaten too. If it should come to the ear of the court, how I have been transformed, how my transformation hath been washed and cudgeled, they would melt me out of my fat drop by drop and liquor fishermen's boots with me. I warrant they would whip me with their fine wits till I were as crestfallen as a dried pear. I never prospered since I forswore myself at Primero. Well, if my wind were but long enough, I would repent. Now, whence come you? Mistress Quickly, I expect you're coming shortly.
I certainly am. Wait a minute. From the two parties, forsooth.
Well, the devil take one party and his damn the other, and so they shall be both bestowed. I have suffered more for their sakes, more than the villainous inconstancy of man's disposition is able to bear.
And have they not suffered? Yes, I warrant. Especially one of them, Mistress Ford, good heart, is beaten black and blue, and you cannot see a white spot about her.
What? Tellest thou me of black and blue? I was beaten myself into all the colors of the rainbow, and I was like to be apprehended for the witch of Brainford. But that my admirable dexterity of wit, my counterfeiting the action of an old woman, delivered me, the knave constable had set me in the stocks, in the common stocks, for a witch.
Sir, let me speak with you in your chamber. You shall hear how things go, and I warrant to your content. Here is a letter, we'll say somewhat. Good heart, what a to-do there is to bring you together. What to do? Sure, one of you does not serve heaven well, that you are so cross.
Oh, come up into my chamber.
Ah.
Sinus sexta enter Fenton, host.
Master Fenton, talk not to me. My mind is heavy. I will give over all. Master Fenton.
Yet hear me speak. Assist me in my purpose, and as I am a gentleman, I'll give thee £100 in gold, more than your loss.
I will hear you, Master Fenton, and I will, at the least, keep your counsel.
From time to time I have acquainted you with the dear love I bear to fair Anne Page, who mutually hath answered my affection, so far forth as herself might be her chooser, even to my wish. I have a letter from her of such contents as you will wonder at, the mirth thereof so larded with my matter, that neither singly can be manifested without the show of both. Fat Falstaff hath a great scene, the image of the jest. I'll show you here at large. Hark, good mine host. Tonight at Herney's Oak, just twixt 12 and 1, must my sweet Nan present the fairy queen. Purpose why is here, in which disguise, while other jests are something rank on foot, her father hath commanded her to slip away with Slender, and with him at Eton immediately to marry. She hath consented. Now, sir, her mother, even strong against that match and firm for Dr. Caius, hath appointed that he shall likewise shuffle her away, while other sports are tasking of their minds, and at the deanery where a priest attends straight marry her. To this her mother's plot she seemingly obedient. Likewise hath made promise to the doctor. Now thus it rests. Her father means she shall be all in white, and in that habit, when Slender sees his time to take her by the hand and bid her go, she shall go with him. Her mother hath intended the better to devote her to the doctor, for they must all be masked and vizarded, that quaint in green he shall be loose enrobed, with ribbons pendant flaring about her head, and when the doctor spies his vantage ripe, to pinch her by the hand, and on that token the maid hath given consent to go with him.
Which means she to deceive father or mother?
Oh, both, good my host, to go along with me. Well, and here it rests, that you'll procure the vicar to stay for me at church twixt 12 and 1, and in the lawful name of marrying to give our hearts united ceremony.
Well, husband, your device. I'll to the vicar, bring you the maid. You shall not lack a priest.
so shall I evermore be bound to thee. Besides, I'll make a present recompense.
Exeunt. Actus quintus scena prima. Enter Falstaff quickly and Ford. Ah, prithee, no more prattling, go. I'll hold this is the third time. I hope good luck lies in odd numbers. Away, go, they say. There is a divinity in odd numbers, either in nativity, chance, or death. Away.
I'll provide you a chain, and I'll do what I can to get you a pair of horns.
Away, I say. Time wears. Hold up your head and mince. How now, Master Broom? Master Broom, the matter will be known tonight or never. Be you in the park about midnight at Hearn's Oak, and you shall see wonders.
Went you not to her yesterday, sir, as I told me you had appointed?
I went to her, Master Broom, as you see, like a poor old man, but I came from her, Master Broom, like a poor old woman. That same knave Ford, her husband, hath the finest mad devil of jealousy in him, Master Broom, that ever governed frenzy. I will tell you, he beat me grievously in the shape of a woman, for in the shape of a man, Master Broom, I fear no Goliath with a weaver's beam, because I know also life is a shuttle. I am in haste. Go along with me. I'll tell you all, Master Broom. Since I plucked geese, played truant, and whipped top, I knew not what 'twas to be beaten till lately. Follow me. I'll tell you strange things of this knave Ford, on whom tonight I will be revenged, and I will deliver his wife into your hand. Follow. Strange things in hand, Master Broom. Follow. Exeunt. Scena secunda. Enter page. Shallow, slender.
Wait. Come, come. We'll couch at the castle ditch till we see the light of our fairies. Remember, son Slender, my...
I forsooth, I have spoke with her, and we have a nay word, how to know one another. I come to her in white and cry, mum, and she cries, budget, and by that we know each other.
That's good too. But what needs either your mum or her budget? The white will decipher her well enough. It has struck 10 o'clock.
The night is dark. Light and spirits will become it well. Heaven prosper our sport. No man means evil but the devil, and we shall know him by his horns. Let's away. Follow me.
Exeunt. Scena tertia. Enter Mistress Page. Caius. Mistress Full.
Mr. Doctor, my daughter is in green. When you take your time, take her by the hand, away with her to the deanery, and dispatch it quickly. Go before into the park. We two must go together.
I know what I have to do. I do.
Very well, sir. My husband will not rejoice so much at the abuse of Falstaff as he will chafe at the doctor's marrying my daughter. It is no matter, better a little chiding than a great deal of heartbreak.
Where is Nan now? And her troop of fairies and the Welsh devil Herne?
They are all couched in a pit hard by Hearn's Oak, with obscured lights, which, at the very instant of Falstaff's and our meeting, they will at once display to the knight.
That cannot choose but amaze him.
If he be not amazed, he will be mocked. If he be amazed, he will every way be mocked.
We'll betray him finely.
Against such lewdsters and their lechery, those that betray him do no treachery.
The hour draws on. To the oak! To the oak!
Exeunt. Scena quarta. Enter Evans and fairies.
Drip, drip, fairies. Come and remember your parts. Be bold, I pray you. Follow me into the pit, and when I give the watchwords, do as I bid you. Come, come, trip, trip.
Exeunt. Scena quinta. Enter Falstaff, and then others as right before their lines. Ah, the Windsor bell hath struck. Yeah, I should start my video. Ah, the Windsor bell hath struck 12. The minute draws on. Now the hot-blooded gods assist me. Remember, Jove, thou wast a bull for thy Europa. Love set on thy horns, oh, powerful love, that in some respect makes a beast a man, in some other a man a beast. You were also, Jupiter, a swan for the love of Leda. Oh, omnipotent love, how near the god drew to the complexion of a goose. A fault done first in the form of a beast, oh Jove, a beastly fault, and then another fault in the semblance of a fowl. Think on't, Jove, a foul fault. When gods have hot backs, what shall poor men do? For me, I am here a Windsor stag, and the fattest, I think, in the forest. Send me a cool rut time, Jove, or who can blame me to piss my tallow? Who comes here? My doe?
Sir John, art thou there, my dear? My male dear?
My doe with the black scut? Let the sky rain potatoes, let it thunder to the tune of green sleeves, hail kissing comfits, and snow eringoes. Let there come a tempest of provocation. I will shelter me here.
Mistress Page has come with me, sweetheart.
Oh, divide me like a bribed buck, each a haunch. I will keep my sides to myself, my shoulders for the fellow of this walk, and my horns I bequeath your husbands. Am I a woodman? Ha! Speak I like Herne the hunter? Why, now is Cupid a child of conscience. He makes restitution, as I am a true spirit welcome.
Alas, what noise!
Heaven forgive our sins.
What should this be?
Away,
Away!
I think the devil will not have me damned, lest the oil that's in me should set hell on fire. He would never else cross me thus.
Fairies black, gray, green, and white, you moonshine revelers and shades of night, you orphan heirs of fixed destiny, attend your office and your quality. Crier, hobgoblin, make the fairy eyes.
Elves, list your names. Silence, you airy toys. Cricket to Windsor chimneys shall thou leap, where fires thou findest unraked and hearths unswept. There pinch the maid as blue as bilberry. Our radiant queen hates sluts and sluttery.
They are fairies. He that speaks to them shall die. I'll wink and couch, and no man their works must die.
Where's speed? Go you, and where you find a maid, that ere she sleep hath thrice her prayer said, raise up the organs of her fantasy. Sleep she as sound as careless infancy, but those asleep and think not on their sins, pinch them arms, legs, backs, shoulders, sides, and shins.
About! Search Windsor Castle, elves within and out. Strew good luck, roofs, on every sacred room, that it may stand till the perpetual doom. In state as wholesome as in state 'tis fit, worthy the owner, and the owner it. The several chairs of order, look you scour, with juice of balm, every precious flower, each fair installment coat, and several crest, with loyal blazon, evermore be blessed. And nightly meadow fairies, look you sing, lug to the garter's compass, in a ring the expressure that it bears. Green let it be, more fertile fresh than all the field to see. And honi soit qui mal y pense. That does mean shame be to all that think ill. That's right. Right, in emerald tufts, flowers, purple, blue, and white, like sapphire pearl. And okay, now I'm gonna do New York. And rich embroidery, buckle below, fair knighthoods, bending knee. Okay, we could do Texan. Fairies use flowers for their charactery. Away, disperse. But 'tis 1 o'clock, Our dance of costume round about the oak of Herne the Hunter, let us not forget.
Pray you lock hand in hand, yourselves in order set, and 20 glowworms shall our lanterns be, to guide our measure round about the tree. But stay! I smell a man of Middle-earth.
Heavens defend me from that Welsh fairy, lest he transform me to a piece of cheese.
Wild worm, thou wast overlooked even in thy birth.
Oh, it's me. Oh. With trial fire touch me his finger end. If he be chaste, the flame will back descend and turn him to no pain. But if he start, it is the flesh of a corrupted heart.
A trial, come.
Come, will this wood take fire?
Oh, oh, oh!
Corrupt! What do you think you are, Trump? Congress, and tainted in desire. About him, fairies, sing scornful rhyme, and as you trip, still pinch him to your time.
Fie on sinful fantasy! Fie on lust and luxury!
I have the song.
Oh.
Fie on sinful fantasy. Fie on
lust
lust and
and
luxury.
Lust
is but a bloody
fire,
kindled with
unchaste
unchaste
desire.
Come on, everyone, cut it out.
Dead.
I have the song.
All right, Eleanor, it's your...
Fie on sinful fantasy, fie on lust and luxury. Lust is but a bloody fire, kindled with unchaste desire. Fed in heart whose flames aspire, as thoughts do blow them higher and higher. Pinch him, fairies mutually, pinch him for his villainy. Pinch him and burn him and turn him about, till candles and starlight and moonshine be out.
Nay, do not fly. I think we have watched you now. Will none but Herne the Hunter serve your turn?
Pray you come, hold up the jest no higher. Now, good Sir John, how like you Windsor wives? See you these, husband? Do not these fair yokes become the forest better than the town?
Now, sir, who's cuckold now? Master Broom, Falstaff's a knave, a cuckoldy knave. Here are his horns, Master Broom. And Master Broom, he hath enjoyed nothing of Ford's, but his buck basket, his cudgel, and 20 pounds of money, which must be paid to Master Broom. His horses are arrested for it, Master Broom.
Sir John, we have had ill luck. We could never meet. I will never take you for my love again, but I will always count you my dear.
I do begin to perceive that I am made an ass.
Aye, and an ox too. Both the proofs are extant.
And these are not fairies. I was 3 or 4 of the times in the thought that they were not fairies, and yet the guiltiness of my mind, the sudden surprise of my powers, drove the grossness of the foppery into a received belief, in despite of the teeth of all rhyme and reason, that they were fairies. See now how wit may be made a jack-o'-lent when 'tis upon ill employment.
Sir John Falstaff, serve God and leave your desires, and fairies will not pinch you.
Well said, fairy you.
And leave you your jealousies too, I pray you.
Yes. I will never mistrust my wife again, till thou art able to woo her in good English.
Have I laid my brain in the sun and dried it, that it wants matter to prevent so gross o'erreaching as this? Am I ridden with a Welsh goat too? Shall I have a coxcomb of frieze? Ah, 'tis time I were choked with a piece of toasted cheese.
Seas is not good to give putter. Your belly is all putter.
Seas and putter? Have I lived to stand at the taunt of one that makes fritters of English? This is enough to be the decay of lust and late walking through the realm.
Master John, do you think, though, we would have thrust virtue out of our hearts by our head and shoulders and have given ourselves without scruple to hell, that ever the devil could have made you our delight?
And what? Hodgepodling, a bag of flax?
A puffed man?
Old, cold, withered, and of intolerable entrails,
And one that is slanderous as Satan,
and as poor as Job.
and as wicked as his wife?
And given to fornications, and to taverns, and sack and wine, and metheglins, and to drinkings, and swearings and starings, pibbles and prabbles.
Well, I am your theme. You have the start of me. I am dejected. I am not able to answer the Welsh flannel. Ignorance itself is a plummet o'er me. Use me as you will.
Marry, sir, will bring you to Windsor to one Master Broom, that you have cozened out of money, to whom you should have been a panderer, over and above that you have suffered. And I think to repay that money will be a biting affliction.
Yet be cheerful, knight. Thou shalt eat a posset tonight at my house, where I will desire thee to laugh at my wife that now laughs at thee. Tell her Master Slender hath married her daughter.
Doctors doubt that. If Anne Page be my daughter, she is by this Dr. Key's wife.
Whoa, ho, Father Page.
Son, how now, son, have you dispatched?
Dispatched? I'll make the best in Gloucestershire know on it. Would I were hanged law else.
Of what, son?
I came yonder at Eton to marry Mistress Anne Page, and she's a great lubbery boy. If I'd not been in the church, I would have swinged him, or he would have swinged me. If I did not think it had been Anne Page, would I might never stir, and 'tis a postmaster's boy.
Upon my life, then, you took the wrong.
What need you tell me that? I think so when I took a boy for a girl. If I had been married to him for all he was in women's apparel, I would not have had him.
Why, this is your own folly. Did not I tell you how you should know my daughter by her garments?
I went to her in green and cried Mum, and she cried Budget, as Anne and I had appointed, and yet it was not Anne, but a postmaster's boy.
Good George, be not angry. I know of your purpose. Turn my daughter into white, and indeed she's now with the doctor at the deanery, and they're married.
There is Mistress Page. By God, I am cozened. I had married un garçon, a boy, a peasant. By God, a boy. It is not Anne Page. By God, I am cozened.
Why? Did you take her in white?
I begad, 'tis a boy. Begad, raise all Windsor.
This is strange. Who hath the right, Anne?
My heart misgives me. Here comes Master Fenton. How now, Master Fenton?
Pardon, good father, good my mother, pardon.
Now, mistress, how chance you went not with Master Slender?
Why went you not with Master Doctor Maid?
You do amaze her. Hear the truth of it. You would have married her most shamefully where there was no proportion held in love. The truth is, she and I, long since contracted, are now so sure that nothing can dissolve us. The offence is holy that she hath committed, and this deceit loses the name of craft, of disobedience, or unduteous title, since therein she doth evocate and shun 1,000 irreligious cursed hours, which forced marriage would have brought upon her.
They're not amazed. Here is no remedy. In love, in heavens themselves to guide the state. Money buys lands, and wives are sold by fate.
I am glad, though you've ta'en a special stand to strike at me, that your arrow hath glanced.
Well, what remedy? Fenton, heaven give thee joy. What cannot be eschewed must be embraced.
When night dogs run, all sorts of deer are chased.
Well, I will muse no further. Master Fenton, heaven give you many, many merry days. Good husband, let us everyone go home and waft the sport o'er by a country fire, Sir John and all.
Let it be, Sir John. To Master Broom, you yet shall hold your word, for he tonight shall lie with Mistress Ford.
Excellent. Beanie, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Especially thank you, Greg and Scott for our first time participants in Instant Shakespeare. Hope to see you do more of this. And also Barry, who I think had to leave, I guess, the host. But thank you all for coming.
Yes, I had to take his part on Jennifer's arrangement.
Okay, great.
I'm sorry, Eleanor, I sang during the song, sorry.
Yes, it was Jennifer's arrangement that I should sing the song.
That was good, it was great. Terrific.
Yes, you sang it very well.
Thank you.
And as you saw, I mean, actually, it does seem like there's more in the second half where you have things in verse that Fenton sort of to show that he's kind of the court and of a more sort of elevated status that he speaks in verse and all of that. And
yeah, and also he's the one truly in love. So that's why it's in verse 2, right, Paul?
I guess you could make an argument for that as well. Although, I mean, Slender is very, I mean,
he's adorable. He's
with just like totally unable to know how to from the very first scene. I mean, just sort of doesn't know how to deal with an actual.
But it's in love with Fenton, so he gets to be in verse. There you go.
Yeah, and it's also, I mean, because this is also, I think, in a lot of ways, one of the first sort of sitcoms, you know, because you have all this various sorts of very sitcom-y like things, like the various ways that Falstaff is trying to woo the women, and the whole sort of the host setting up the distracting Caius and Evans to different places. And I love his things. It's like, well, let's put down their weapons and let's just let them watch them murder English rather than each other. So,
This is one of the few readings we've had recently with not one person of color, but that's not our usual thing. Good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
It is what it is. Sometimes, whatever.
I mean, also, I mean, I do apologize in terms of doing things on such short notice. I am going to try and get more of the schedule further ahead and let people know with more time so they can do things and get more people. But it's also, I mean, when we decide to, I mean, when we do the play, we gotta get through the play, and so and people have to step up at times when people aren't there. And
today we had to double up on a lot of parts because people weren't able to join us at the last minute. Luckily, some people were, but we had at least one person drop out at the last minute. So
that always happens. Thank you for playmastering, Jennifer. Fantastic.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
That always happens.
Yeah, it does. So you never know.
Well, speaking of which, who's playmastering the future plays?
Michael is going to be playmastering the King Lear. And at this point, for the rest of the ones for June that have been announced, I guess I'm playmastering them. So I know some of you have already gotten to me with requests, and I'll get back to you and reach out more about those. The remaining, the things we're doing next week are Henry IV, part 1 and 2, because I want to take advantage of my beard and play Falstaff. So
who's playmastering Henry II?
I guess I'll be playmastering those since no one else has stepped forward. So
Can I put dibs on one part in there that I did last year, and I want to do it again so bad?
Which
Just
part?
as shallow. Just as shallow.
Oh, yeah. He's the best.
Okay.
I just want to do it again.
I'll be people about those.
Jesus, the days we have seen.
No, I just love his roll call. The roll call is hysterical.
Yeah.
What is the next play that you're doing?
Henry IV, Part 1.
Yeah. Next Thursday, and Henry IV Part 2 next Saturday, and then the following week we'll have Merchant of Venice on Thursday and King Lear on Saturday, and on Monday, June 29th at 7:30 p.m. we'll be doing Henry VIII. Does anybody have any idea as to why we're doing it on June 29th?
Oh, no. What's June
Why?
29th?
Tell us, Paul.
Please.
Well, that is the anniversary in 1613 when they were doing a performance of Henry VIII. The globe burned down.
Yeah, the globe.
Was that an attack? Oh no, that was a, that was.
Oh, that's because they fired off a cannon and the thatched roof caught fire.
Yes.
That's
right. Isn't that wild?
Then you'll be Henry VIII. You are right.
Yeah. Henry VIII.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Henry VIII.
That's Herman's Hermits.
Okay, would you mind announcing one last time, please, Paul, about the racism and Shakespeare this coming Wednesday?
Yeah, on Wednesday we also have the sort of exploring Shakespeare on Wednesday, and we sort of.
What time?
It's at 7:30. There's a link on it, and on the Facebook page, I keep the things updated. I also try and send things through the Yahoo group to let people know about it. And we sort of like explore a different sort of theme, and I think in terms of how Shakespeare last week we talked about Shakespeare in protest, and I think it led to some other things where that might be an interesting thing to explore is Shakespeare and racism, because it's interesting, especially with James Shapiro's new book and all of the sorts of things of how much sort of Shakespeare's been tied with racism, and then over time how things have I think gotten better. And I think that it is true that you can also see Shakespeare's strong characters of like Shylock and Othello and even Aaron in some ways as individuals who sort of
were wronged against more than wrong.
Yeah. So
say goodbye, Paul. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, David.
Bye.
Peace. See you later.
Thank you. People can go, and I'm also going to try and put up something in terms of trying to give a little sort of primer on reading these things on Zoom. A few things I'm going to send an email to David, and
good.
Just certain sorts of things that it's good to try and keep your face on share it with the company as much as possible. And so, most of you are doing really well with that, but that's just something I think that can enhance it. And that's why I think it's good if you have a computer and you can do it on both, that keeps you closer to it, or that if you have a book, you can have your book as Ken was doing like that, so that you can see it. All right, if you need to go. So thank you all very much.
This is Mr. Dibs, everybody.
Hey, everybody. I'm not available.
Happy real summer.
One.
Happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Paul, before you go, I just want to let you know I can't do Henry IV Part 1, but think of me for Part 2.
Okay. All right. Great.
Everybody stay well, safe, and somehow strong.
Oh,
You don't have to be strong every second. 21st century. Oh, Lord.
Going out to the park.
Yes.
Mr. Dibs. This is Mr. Dibs, you all. He's coming up on 16 years.
Oh, he's a good boy.
Next month. Do you
It's
realize?
all about the non-human sometimes too. Yeah, it's okay.
You realize that tonight would have been almost closing night of Richard II already?
Wow. And the solstice is coming up, man, on the 21st of June.
Anyway, Mr. Dib's birthday coming up. See you later, kiddos.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Love you all.
Thanks.
Good night. Here. Bye-bye.
Tell people and send you more information on the things, and thank you. Thank you all very much.
Bye, Jack.
Bye.
Bye, Tony. Bye, Eleanor. Bye, Paul.
Can everybody hear me?
Ken. Bye, Ken. Ken.
Yes,
We'll be hearing more But we're helping Ken out and everything
Oh,
later.
I can hear you, Jackie. What was
Oh,
your
you can't-
question?
I just wanted to, I forgot what I wanted. I wanted to ask you on Thursday, we just bring in something we'd like to do, like a speech for one of the plays. Is that what we do on Thursday?
Well, that's what we were going to do on this past Thursday, because I sort of devoted the time to sort of working on the folio on Zoom, if anybody wanted to come by and do any of that. This coming Thursday, we're going to do the first part of Henry IV.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's so much going on. Oh my gosh.
Let me know if there's anything for me. Okay.
Okay. All right. I will.
Same here.
Bye.
Hey, and has everybody been? I forgot to do this, but I think it's a good idea to promote it a little bit on your Facebook page or whatever.
I've invited people.
Yeah, good. Well, people are busy, but get more and more audience, and we bring in more and more people of color also, and there you go.
Saturday is tough.
Yeah, it's true. It always was. It always.
Goes to the beach who has cars, right? I don't have a car.
That's why it's good to have these Wednesday and Thursday nights. So there you go.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we have different times. And we'll see.
Have a nice few.
Okay. All right. I guess Jackie was saying goodbye. So there's that. So are there any other questions or anything else that anybody has before we sign off here?
Keep me in mind for something juicy in all of the upcoming plays.
Okay. Will do.
Thank
Will do.
Same here.
All right.
Bye, everybody. But take care.
Afternoon, all.
Talking about Ken, we're going to be helping with the issue. About
All righty. So
we're in cahoots, but we won't go into it now. We won't go into it now.
Our meeting for today. So thank you all for participating, and I think it was a good reading. So thank you. All right. Bye.
Yeah, how do you shut this sucker off?